This is Retro Sports Radio. Visit RetroSeasons.com for more sports history.
The Buffalo Bills faced the New York Jets at Shea Stadium for Week 14 of the 1973 NFL season on Sunday, December 16, 1973. The Jets were coached again by Weeb Ewbank in his 11th season. The team had steadily declined since winning the Super Bowl in 1969, in part to Joe Namath's repeated issues and missed games due to injuries. The Bills had won the AFL Championship in back-to-back years in the mid-1960s under coach Lou Saban. He then left the Bills, and Buffalo spiraled into the cellar, only winning a total of 9 games in 4 years from 1968 to 71. There was one bright side to this failure, however, and that was getting the number 1 draft pick in 1969 and selecting running back O.J. Simpson. In 1972, the Bills hired Lou Saban back as their coach, and he decided to center the offense around O.J., giving him 20 to 25 carries a game, nearly double what he was getting previously. He led the league with 1,251 yards in 1972, and in 1973 he had his eyes on history. He broke the 1,000-yard mark during Week 7 and entered the final game of the season with 1,803 yards, just 60 yards shy of Jim Brown's record, and a big game away from taking a shot at 2,000 yards. This audio recording is from the radio broadcast featuring announcers Marty Glickman and Larry Grantham.
Brady 14.
A snow-covered field, Larry?
Well, it was snow-covered. I think even more heavily covered than this field is so far this afternoon, Marty. But it was an artificial surface. I think that probably helped O.J. Simpson a little bit along the way because the footing was fairly good for him. He would get the ball, the defensive ball players moving one way and cut back away from him and pick up additional yardage. I'm not sure that the footing out there this afternoon on this regular surface, regular grass field in Shea Stadium will be quite as good as it was in Buffalo a week ago.
The first time the two teams played, O.J. ran for 123 yards. It's the only time he's surpassed 100 yards in his 9 previous games against the New York Jets.
Well, I think that the New York Jets have a history of playing against the great backs. They play good football games against the better backs. Jim Nance, when he was having his great years up at the New England Patriots, never gained 100 yards against the New York Jets football team. I think Al Atkinson was one of the reasons that Jim Nance never gained that yardage. Al Atkinson keyed the fullback, kept him from getting that yardage, and as you know, Al Atkinson was injured in the Buffalo game up in Buffalo earlier this year and missed the greater part of the ball game. So O.J. Simpson rushed for 123 yards.
We'll have the answers to many of the situations posed by the ball game today. This is Marty Glickman with Larry Grantham, and after station identification and a 90-second message, we'll be back for the Jets Buffalo Bills football game.
WABY Sports Radio 14 Albany, home of the New York Jets.
WABY 14 offering total radio to area advertisers.
What you get on radio? Good news and good vibrations, the music you love and fascination.
WABY, the only station with a total programming concept, including the greatest hits of all time. Exclusive sports coverage on a year-round basis. Plus the only early morning telephone talk show. In Capital Land, your business message on WABY 14 is one of the most economical promotions in all area media and targets metro area listeners. No wasted money reaching audiences miles away who seldomly shop in our area. For more information on a WABY advertising schedule, call WABY Sales any day from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. at 459-2111. There is no obligation.
Get it on the radio. You get it on the radio.
Hey, Jack, you could have a soulful afternoon just by tuning in your radio to WABY 14 every Saturday night at 9 and every Sunday night at 10, because the son of soul, Eddie has Simpson does his thing. Right there on WABY 14. Remember, son of soul, Saturday night at 9 and Sunday night at 10, right here on WABY 14.
WABY 14.
Stadium in New York City. It's NFL football as the New York Jets beat the Buffalo Bills. Good afternoon, everyone. This is Marty Glickman with Larry Grantham, welcoming you to the New York Jets Radio Network. And before Larry gives you the starting lineups for our last game of the season, let's have this brief message about each of our sponsors.
Today's game is brought to you by the Mem Company, makers of famous English leather products for men. English leather power foam shave cream, English leather aftershave, English leather soap on a rope, and English leather deodorant stick.
W-A-B-Y.
The Buffalo Bills starting lineup has just been introduced. And along with it, the roar from the crowd welcoming O.J. Simpson back into Shea Stadium. The New York Jets defensive unit will be introduced now. And to give you the starting lineup, here's Larry.
Thank you, Marty. Hello, everybody. First, the defensive starting lineup of the New York Jets, since they did lose the toss and will be kicking the football off. At left end, number 80, John Elliott. At left tackle, number 57, John Little. At right tackle, number 81, Dick Neal. Number 84 at right end, Mark Lomas. The linebackers from left to right, Ralph Baker, number 51 to left. John Ebersole, 55 in the middle, and Bill Ferguson, number 58 to right side. The defensive backs, Dennis Howell, left corner, number 20. Burgess Owens, number 22 at strong safety, 27 field wise at free safety. Early Thomas, number 45, will be at right cornerback. And now the starting offensive team of the Buffalo Bills. At the split end position, number 40, J.D. Hill. Left tackle, 78, Dave Foley. Right tackle, 74, Donnie Green. At the left guard position, Reggie McKenzie, number 67, Joe DeLamalura at right guard, number 68. And at center, Mike Motley, number 53. The flanker back today will be number 81, Bob Chandler. Running backs will be Larry Watkins, 38. And, of course, the man who is most likely to carry the football in the first play from scrimmage, number 32, needing 61 yards to break Jimmy Brown's all-time rushing record, O.J. Simpson. The quarterback will be Joe Ferguson.
And speaking of quarterbacks, Larry, it's been announced double a public address system, and you can tell by the reaction of the crowd that Joe Namath will start at quarterback the first time the New York Jets have possession of the football. There will be a brief ceremony now here in the snow and the cold where the New York Jets as a team will present a gift to their departing coach, Weeb Ewbank. You know, Larry, they talk about Weeb being head coach for 20 years, as he has been, 9 with Baltimore, 11 with the New York Jets, and 3 World Championships. But actually, he's been coaching 46 years in high school, college, in the service, and in both of the major professional football leagues. They're going through the ceremony now around second base of simulating the toss, and we want to stay on instead of breaking for the commercial at this juncture so that we can properly hear the comments by the captain of the New York Jets and by the coach of the New York Jets coaching his last ball game. Larry?
Marty, this is the most emotional day, I believe, it could ever be in the life of a head football coach. As you said, 20 years coaching pro football, but many more years just coaching football altogether. But I was in the locker room prior to the game, and Weeb Ewbank is really emotional.
Emerson Boozer, number 32, is out at the 35-yard line in front of a pair of microphones, along with Ralph Baker and Winston Hill. 3 of the old pro veterans of the New York Jets, 3 of the best ever to play for Weeb Ewbank. And Weeb Ewbank in a green greatcoat, his traditional white baseball cap of the New York Jets. And out from the open end of the stadium comes a small tractor truck, a combination, and as the announcement about Weeb, and a whole bevy of photographers out at the 35-yard line on the grass portion of the field. And this little tractor truck is trundled out, rolled out. It'll be used by Weeb. We're trying to pick up his comments now. That's Emerson Boozer making the presentation. Emerson Boozer saying that his tractor is fully equipped with rotor blades, shoveling facilities for the snow clearing facilities, as well as for the various uses of this tractor truck, which can be used at his home in Long Island. Weeb shaking the hands now of his three players out there. And Weeb apparently will not say any words at all. You were with him just a few moments ago before the ball game, before the teams came on the field, Larry, and I understand he was quite choked up.
He certainly was, Marty. And now as we see Coach Ewbank get into the riding lawnmower itself, alongside Winston Hill, Ralph Baker, and Emerson Boozer, this crowd is really enjoying this whole moment.
So we'll be back with more about today's game right after this message.
For the local service station or do-it-yourselfer, when it comes to auto parts and accessories, One Stop Auto Parts is the name you can trust. 4 great locations: 12 Colvin Avenue, Albany, 469 Delaware Avenue, Albany, 681 New London Road, Latham, and Main Street, Cobleskill, open from 8 a.m. Monday through Saturdays, with its Colvin Avenue store open from 9 a.m. till 5 p.m. on Sunday, and Monday through Friday until 9 p.m. One Stop has great ideas for holiday gift savings. A One Stop gift certificate, perfect to allow him to pick out a lifetime guarantee, too, by New Britain. You can trust One Stop for all your auto part needs. And a great Christmas idea, a One Stop gift certificate.
Wavy 14.
In the center of the field now, out there alone as the national anthem was played and sung. A good-sized crowd here. They're still pouring into Shea Stadium. It could be close to capacity today. We don't know how many no-shows will be present. There are patches of open seats here and there at Shea. But despite this 29-degree weather and this falling snow, the place is almost filled as of now, and people are still coming into Shea Stadium. 3 men have been activated for the ball game for the New York Jets, and 3 deactivated. Activated are Jim Nance at fullback for John Riggins, Mike Taylor at linebacker in place of Bill Zapalak, and Gary Petz in the line in place of Bob Swears. Those 3, Nance, Taylor, and Petz, to see action today. Riggins, Zapalak, and Swears will not be in uniform today. It's a far cry from a year ago for John Riggins, when he had twice the total yardage that he has so far this year.
It's been a tough year on John Riggins. He didn't come to camp early due to contract problems. He joined the team after the start of the season. He just hadn't really performed as he did a year ago, Marty. So he just hadn't attained the yardage that he had at this time of his last year.
And now ready to kick off is Bobby Halfield, kicking in towards the closed end of Shea Stadium. Waiting at the goal line are Wallace Francis, a rookie, and Ray Jarvis, a third-year man. Here's the kickoff. The kick is a low, twisting kick going over to the far sideline. It might go out of bounds. It's rolling out. No, it's picked up inbounds by Francis along the far sideline, up to the 20, the 25 along the far sideline. Fumble, loose ball, and it goes out of bounds. And it's still the Buffalo Bills in possession of the football. And we see O.J. Simpson's number 32, the same number worn by Jimmy Brown, as he goes out on the field. We'll keep close track of his yardage during the course of the afternoon. The ball is placed inbounds at the 29-yard line.
Well, Marty, do you really think he's going to carry the ball in the first play from scrimmage? A lot of points have been made that if he needs 64 carries to gain 61 yards to set the record today, he'll get those 64 carries. There's no better place to start than on the first play.
That's right. They line up in the I formation, a wing T. Braxton is playing fullback in front of O.J. Simpson. Signals are being called. Flanker to the right side. The rest of the ball club is tight. Ferguson takes it, gives it to O.J. Drives up the middle, goes for 4 yards before he stops. Up to the 33-yard line. From the 29 to the 33, so give him 4 yards on the play. 57 yards more to go for Jimmy Brown's record. It'll be 2nd and 6. The ball at the 33-yard line. of the Buffalo Bills. And as Weeb Ewbank said during the course of the week, winning the ball game is primary. Records will come or not, but winning the ball game is most important. It's 2nd and 6 at the 33-yard line. Again, the I formation, this time flanking to the left side. Bob Chandler was on the flank. The rest of the team is tight. Braxton in front of O.J. Signals are being called by Joe Ferguson, the rookie quarterback. Gives to O.J. again. He drives off right tackle. Quick down on the clear with the long. Up to the 40 to 45. He can go all the way. He stumbles and falls, and he's down at the 40-yard line of the New York Jets. A brilliant run again for O.J. He's finally pinned at the 38-yard line of the New York Jets. Big yardage on the play. We're trying to, I believe it's 24 yards there, Marty, on my calculation, kind of quickly. That would leave him with only his number to get, 32 yards additionally to go over the mark. Well, it's 1st and 10 for the Buffalo Bills. The ball is at the New York Jets 38-yard line. The crowd responding to O.J.'s brilliant run. Off his own right tackle and straight down the field. 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line of the Jets. Again, the I formation on the backfield. Braxton in front of O.J. The handoff again of O.J. The same play. Now he swings outside. Cuts off right tackle. Drives inside the 35 to the 34-yard line. He picks up 4 yards more. It'll be 2nd and 6 at the 34 of the New York Jets. 3 running plays, and 3 times O.J. Simpson has carried the ball. Well, what did you expect?
I expect him to carry it till he gets 61 yards and set the record, and then possibly even carry it further, because I think this team wants that rushing record that is within reach set by Miami a year ago. I think they need 177 yards this afternoon to attain this goal, and I believe they're going out there to get it.
It's 2nd and 6 at the 34 of the New York Jets. Flank at T formation. Out of the flank to the right side is Bob Chandler. Now he comes in motion to the left side. Chandler is moving, running over to the near side. And the handoff goes to Pax. Pax drives up the middle, goes inside the 25 to the 23-yard line, where he stops. Jim Braxton carrying the ball, big number 34, the fullback. And he carries it down to the 23-yard line. Another 1st down for the Buffalo Bills, and they're really chewing up that New York Jet defense, running between the tackles thus far, with the exception of one play when O.J. went outside. Ball is at the 23 of the New York Jets. It's 1st and 10 on the 23-yard line. As the Buffalo Bills, white jerseys, blue pants, white helmets, red and white trim, they go to the line of scrimmage. Again, the wing T formation. On the wing is Chandler. Now Chandler again comes in motion on the left side. Braxton in front of O.J. Simpson in the I formation. The handoff to O.J. at top of the middle. He drives downfield, goes inside the 20 to the 19-yard line. He picks up 4 yards more. So it'll be 2nd and 6 at the 19-yard line. As this drive continues, it began on the 29 of the of the Buffalo Bills. It's now down to the 19 of the New York Jets. Coming over to the near sideline on that last play is Donnie Green. Has an equipment change being replaced in there by Bob Pension. O.J. has carried 4 times thus far for a total of, 43 yards.
That sounds about right. I think he got about somewhere in the 20s left to go.
20 yards to go for O.J. Simpson for that record. 2nd and 6 at the 19-yard line of the New York Jets. Signals caught. Hand off to O.J. Simpson. Drives off right tackle. Phil Struve is down to the 13-yard line as he picks up 6 yards on the play. 15 yards more to go to set a new National Football League record, breaking the old mark of Jimmy Brown. They'll be measuring on this last play. It was 2nd and 6, and he picked up 6 yards. And the offense are being called for from the far sideline.
It looks like he does have the 1st down from up here, Marty, but this Jet defensive team is not doing anything different. O.J. and the Bills are just putting the ball straight at them. They're using all different fronts that the Jets have in their repertoire. As we see the referee call the 1st down, they're using the same fronts they've used all year. They didn't change anything for this ball game. They still got the same defensive unit in there they started a week ago, and they're playing the same type of football. Unfortunately, Buffalo is blowing that defensive line out right at the moment and moving the ball upfield.
It's 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line of the New York Jets. No score on the football game. The Bills have taken the ball from the opening kickoff and moved down to the Jets' 13-yard line. 1st down coming up. A wing T formation to the left side. Chandler is on the wing. The rest of the ball club is tight. Handoff again goes to O.J. Simpson, trying to swing to the outside. He cuts inside, drives down to the 9-yard line, slides forward, and he was hit down at the 9. As he picks up 4 yards more on every play thus far, he's picked up at least 4 yards, except for that long run, the first of the ball game for him, from his own 33 to the New York Jets 38-yard line. The ball placed down at the 9. I make it he has some 16, some 12 yards more to go.
Either 10 or 12. It's right in that neighborhood. I believe our statistician over here says somewhere in the neighborhood of 10 yards.
It's 2nd and 6 at the 9-yard line. He can't make it on this drive, apparently. It's 2nd and 6 at the 9-yard line. Wing T to the left side. Signals are being called. And now time is taken for the moment. A penalty marker is thrown down. We don't know the reason why. Flag on the play. Procedure of some sort, I believe. And the officials are talking together. And here comes the signal now. Timeout is now called by the Buffalo Bills.
The reason the flag dropped, Marty, I believe the fella rose up and asked for a new football. That one being a little damp with the snow. But when he moved up, the back judge just called a motion penalty on the Buffalo Bills. Well, now they've changed it to a timeout. I don't think we'll see any penalty on the play.
It's 2nd and 6 at the 9-yard line. Coming back to the lineup again is Donnie Green, number 74, replacing Robert Pension. This first drive for the Buffalo Bills, spearheaded, of course, by O.J. Simpson, who's picked up all but 10 yards of the 61 yards required for that new NFL record. It's 2nd and 6 at the 9-yard line. A wing T to the right side. O.J. Simpson behind Big Jim Braxton. Big Jim is 243 pounds. Hand off to O.J. Trying to swing wide. Cuts off left tackle. Goes down to the 5. Keeps running. Is down to the 4-yard line. Picks up 5 yards more on the play. It'll be 3rd and 1. The ball at the 4-yard line. Let's see what they place down at the 3-yard line. And it's going to be very close to the first down again. Remember, the series began at the 13. They're now down to the 3. And it is a first down. The signal just being given. It's first and goal to go at the 3-yard line. Well, he has 4 yards more to go to set that new record of 1,864 yards. But the ball is at the 3-yard line. So I'll make it by 1 yard on this drive.
I don't think it'll be the only time this afternoon they have the football, though, Marty. I think it's well within reach now, and I think O.J. will get that here in the first quarter.
First and goal to go at the 3. 8 minutes and 55 seconds remain on the first quarter. No score in the football game. Joe Ferguson calling signals. Looking right and left as he does. It's the flanker Steve to the right side. The handoff goes to Braxton. Braxton goes up the middle and goes for a yard, maybe 2, to about the 1 or 2 yard line. A big pile up there, and he stopped by the middle of the line. John Elliott, along with John Little and Dick Neal, combining to stop him. The ball placed down at the 1 yard line. Second goal to go at the 1. No score in the football game. The drive began on the 29 of the Buffalo Bills. Now down to the 1 yard line of the New York Jets.
And we haven't been giving a lot of credit so far to the Jet defense and who makes the tackles and so forth. We're just trying to keep up with the yardage and see exactly where O.J. Simpson is, and so we'll know the exact moment that he breaks the yardage barrier that Jimmy Brown said many years ago.
Second and goal to go at the 1 yard line. A flank of T wide to the right side is Chandler. Signals being called by quarterback Joe Ferguson, number 12. Takes it, and he hands up to Braxton, who drives to the left, and he can't get in there. He's held upright and driven back. Bill Wise leading the defensive charge. Number 27, Bill Wise, and John Eversole, number 55, holding Big Jim Braxton upright and stopping him at about the 1 yard line again. It's third goal to go on the 1. Joe Ferguson came over the near sideline, number 12, the quarterback. He's the rookie out of Arkansas. Came over the near sideline to perhaps get a play from Coach Lou Saban. Third goal to go at the 1 yard line. I kind of have a feeling that Mr. O.J. Simpson will carry the football on this play. No score in the ball game. Third goal to go on the 1. Signals being called by Ferguson. O.J. still needs 4 yards for that new record. Signals are being called. The handoff goes to Braxton. He goes to the goal line and does not get in. He does not get in. Braxton went off left guard, and he did not get in. A fine defensive play made by Early Thomas, who came smashing up along with Bill Ferguson. So it's fourth and goal to go at the 1, and it looks as though they're going to go for it.
Marty, I believe you're exactly right. They're going for it. Neither one of these teams can, unless the right circumstances happen, Buffalo can't get in the playoffs. The Jets certainly not going to playoffs, but they're going for it down to 1. If they don't make it, they'll have great field position. I don't think they'll throw the ball in the end zone. I think they'll give it to the Juice. I believe they'll try to get O.J. in the end zone.
Fourth and goal to go at the 1 yard line. They're set with the flank and T to the right side. Ferguson calling signals. Still calling them. Still calling. Takes the snap. He gives to Braxton. Braxton goes to the goal line. He's in. Touchdown. Braxton went in off his own left guard. And Bill Wise is jumping up and down, waving his arms, jumping up and down and saying, oh, no, he didn't get in. But Jim Braxton did get in, according to the officials, and that's all that matters.
And Bill Wise did try to stop the play. And, of course, there we see a more valuable O.J. Simpson than people realize because he led the play. He led Jim Braxton in the end zone, actually, and made one of the key blocks.
71-yard drive for the Buffalo Bills, and they lead the ball game by a score of 6-0. They have 106 yards to go to set a new record for National Football League play in a single season for a team rushing. The mark set by the Dolphins. Signals are being called down. Ball is snap, placed down and booted for the point after, and it's good. There's a timeout on the field of scores. The Buffalo Bills 7, the New York Jets nothing.
There's nothing like the snap of clean, crisp football weather to heighten your sense of smell. Like when you smell burning autumn leaves, or hot dogs and hot coffee, her perfume, or the clean, crisp scent of English leather aftershave. And once she smells English leather aftershave or cologne on you, she'll know that unique scent anywhere, outdoors or indoors. So drop her a hint. She'll find a wide variety of English leather at fine stores everywhere. Tell her you're a guy who wears English leather, or nothing at all.
When you take a medicine, you should follow label directions. But some people have excuses.
Who can read labels in the middle of the night?
A tablespoon's gotta work faster than a teaspoon.
I can't waste time. Jimmy's crying.
Sorry, there is no excuse. The label tells you what it's for, how much to take, and when to take it. Read the label directions. Medicines can't help you if you don't take them right. From the Council on Family Health.
W-A-B-Y.
On that 71-yard drive by the Buffalo Bills, O.J. Simpson carried for 57 of the 71 yards. He needs 4 yards more. But right now, John Lee Poole is ready to kick off for the Buffalo Bills. Kicking off to Hank Bajorquin and Margene Atkins. He moves forward and boosts the ball out towards the open end of Shea Stadium. A long, good kick. Coming way out to Margene Atkins. 3 yards in the end zone. He's running it out along the right sideline up to the 15, the 20. Hits down at the 20-yard line. Right smack at the 20, maybe the 21-yard line at the near sideline. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the New York Jets. The first time they have possession of the football, and Joe Namath will take over.
That's exactly my point, Marty. Joe Namath coming in the ball game. You don't really expect to see Joe play on a field such as this when a snowstorm like we're having here, or at least flurries. It's not really a storm. But Joe wanted to play this ball game. I think this is some way a tribute to Weeb Ewbank by Joe Namath.
1st and 10 at the 21-yard line. Maybe in Mississippi, this is a snowstorm.
It is in Mississippi.
1st and 10 at the 21. Eddie Bell flanks wide to the right side. I formation on the backfield. Adam Lee in front of Emerson Boozer. The handoff goes to Adam Lee. Goes up the middle. Can't find a hole. Tries to swing wide. Hit at the line of scrimmage and driven back. A 1-yard loss on the play to the 20-yard line. Tony Green, free safety, came smashing up quickly, and the ball placed down at the line of scrimmage again at the 21-yard line. Jerry Patton, the left tackle defensively, number 77, broke through and stopped Adam Lee at the line of scrimmage. He tried to pull around and failed to do so.
That left defensive end for the Buffalo Bills is Walt Patulski, number 85. And I understand some businessmen in Buffalo, New York have put up a $4,000 reward for him to give to multiple sclerosis if he gets the quarterback or sacks the quarterback behind the line of scrimmage at least once this afternoon. So we'll keep our eye out for that, too.
Walt Patulski, number 1 draft choice in the NFL a couple of years ago. Back to pass to Namath, setting up. Throws out to the left flat. And is caught there by Emerson Boozer in the flat. He slips out from under, and he's pinned immediately on the play by Dwight Harrison, the right cornerback. A 1-yard gain only up to about the 22-yard line. A pass out into the flat. And as Emerson Boozer tried to maintain his footing, his feet slipped out from under, and it was a completed pass, but only for 1 yard. So it's 3rd and 9 at the 22-yard line of the New York Jets. Barkum flanks wide out to the left side. Split wide out to the right side is Eddie Bell. High formation in the backfield. Adam Lee in front of Boozer. Namath, number 12, looking over the defense. Now he's under the center. His head swinging right to left as he calls signals. Regular pro set for the Jets. Namath takes a stick back to pass on 3rd down. Sets up now. Throws deep down the middle for Eddie Bell, and it's incomplete. Pass is thrown too wide. Again, that footing is treacherous now. The players are beginning to slip and slide all over the field. Bob James was covering Eddie Bell on the play, and the pass is well overthrown. I have the feeling that perhaps Joe was putting it out of reach of anybody.
Well, it was a bump and run situation with Bob James, number 20, on Eddie Bell, number 7. Ed is not the strongest guy physically, but he was trying to get on down the field, and Joe thought he was a little deeper than he really was, so he threw the ball and went over everybody's head. So now the Jets are in a punting situation. Julian Fagan back there to do it.
Fagan is standing back on his own 8-yard line. Twin safeties, one in front of the other. Walker in front of Cahill. Here's the punt now by... And it's high and coming down to the 43-yard line, taken by Walker. Walker goes up the middle and is down at the midfield line. He just forced forward into the Jet territory at the 49-yard line, just on the edge of the outer portion of the skin part of the infield, and now time is called. The score, the Buffalo Bills 7, the New York Jets nothing. Let's take a 60-second jet break for this announcement.
Pepperality. Chrysler's and Plymouth's for 74. Head Pepper, Route 9 in Mason sells Pepperality. If it's 74 new car time for you, don't knock yourself out running around. Pepperality means low 74 Pepper price. High Pepper trade-in plus low Pepper down payment. Pepperality, we can tell you, we can show you. But until you buy, you can't try Pepperality. Head for the home of Pepperality. Head Pepper, Chrysler, Plymouth, Route 9, Latham, Pepperality.
Let the friendly people at Protective Loan give you a hand with Christmas shopping this season. Don't let being a bit short of cash spoil this holiday season for your family. Visit a nearby Protective Loan office and help make this Christmas the merriest of holiday seasons. Protective Loan can help you with up to $2,500 in holiday shopping cash and with fast, personal one-day service. There's a Protective Loan office near you at 291 Broadway, Manhattan, 603 2nd Avenue, Troy, and at East Greenbush at 620 Columbia Turnpike.
Wavy 14.
It's first and 10 at the 49-yard line. O.J. Simpson in the wing T. He's the deep back in the I. Signals are being called by Ferguson. The handoff goes to O.J. Goes off left tackle. Slides forward. Keeps driving. He's got it. He's got 6 yards. He's got 6 yards, and I believe he set the new record. Maybe a penalty marker on that last play. Let's wait and see. The announcement over the public address system and on the huge scoreboard is that O.J. Simpson has just broken a record. He's being pounded on the back by his teammates. And they're going to present O.J. with that football. O.J. Simpson just went for 6 yards. And O.J. runs over to the near side. And the whole squad gathers around him and pounds him on the back. One of the most popular men to play the game with his teammates and with the opposition. Time has been called here by the officials, by acclamation, actually. And O.J. Simpson is at the near sideline, surrounded by the squad. And now he goes running back on the field. Number 32, wearing the same number that Jimmy Brown wore when he played for the Cleveland Browns. And O.J. Simpson has just gone over Jimmy Brown's record.
Not only the players on the sideline gave him a standing ovation and a big handshake and all, but the whole fans here at Shea Stadium did. I think that speaks well of the fans in New York City itself, Marty.
It certainly does. Ball is at the 43-yard line. He picked up 6 at 2nd and 4 at the 43. Back to the ball game. Chandler goes most to the right side. He goes to O.J. He drives up the middle and smashes forward to the fourth. A fumble. O.J. fumbles the ball. The Jets recover. O.J. fumbled the ball, and the Jets have recovered the football on the 41-yard line. Let's see who made the recovery. Down at the bottom of the pile. And it looks like it's Dick Neal, number 81, who made the recovery of that football.
Kind of ironic, isn't it, Marty, that after he gains the yardage, the very next play, as he drives in the line with the football, he fumbles and the Jets recover.
The ghost of Jimmy Brown.
Is that exactly the way it happened?
Perhaps.
And O.J.'s not from Syracuse either.
No. First and 10 at the 41-yard line for the Jets. The score is 7-0. The Buffalo Bills are leading in the football game. A pro set for New York. Eddie Bell flank wide to the right side, split wide left is Barkum. Namath takes the snap to snack the pass on first down. Now starts to scramble, throws over to the right side, and is caught by Emerson Boozy. Drives upfield, goes down to the 48-yard line of the Buffalo Bills. He's got the first down. Jim Chionsky, the middle linebacker, and John Skoropan, number 55, the left linebacker, combined to stop him there, but it was good for the first down. O.J. at the sideline, off the bench, has started to run out there as though he wanted to make the tackle. He's that fired up about this ball game. A first down for the New York Jets. They trail in the ball game by a score of 7-0. The ball is at the 48-yard line of the Buffalo Bills. First time the Jets are in Buffalo territory. 3 minutes and 15 seconds remain in this first quarter. Namath back to pass again on first down. Sets up, throws long, deep down to the left side to Barkum. Way down, and it's caught by Barkum. He goes in for a touchdown. A touchdown. Barkum caught that high, towering pass way down the left sideline at the 10-yard line. He outran Dwight Harrison on the play. A perfect pitch and catch by Joe Namath, Steve Barkum, and it's a 7-6 game.
Marty, you hear a lot of talk about momentum And, of course, the Buffalo Bills came out here this afternoon, took the football and shoved it right at the Jets. O.J. got his yardage, and now maybe it looks like the momentum turned after O.J. got his yardage. He fumbled on the play, and Joe, in 2 plays, put it in the end zone. You know, this could be a fine afternoon to watch a football game in the snow at Shea Stadium.
A 48-yard pass play. Here's the point after attempt. Fagan is holding for Bobby Howfield. Signals are being called. Number 10, Fagan down on one knee. Howfield, number 3, waiting. Soccer style, taking the ball, a snap, placed down and kicked, and it's through there. There's a timeout on the field, and the score of the New York Jets 7, the Buffalo Bills 7.
REA Air Express interrupts this music to bring shippers an urgent message. This is Larry Grantham. The fuel shortage is forcing the airlines to reduce flight schedules. Add to that the expected increase in Christmas mail, and your air shipment could get bumped. What can you do? Simply call REA for Air Express Priority Service, and we'll make sure that your shipment is loaded on the first available flight before any freight, and at no extra charge. How can we do it? Because Air Express is a combination of REA Express and scheduled airlines, who, despite the fuel shortage, are going all out to help shippers through this tough and difficult season. Sure, there are problems, but now you have a solution. Priority. And remember, REA Air Express has it. So use it. It'll give your customers a Merry Christmas and your shipping story a happy ending all year round. For fast pickup and one-day Air Express delivery nationwide, call REA at 557-2227 or check the white pages.
W-A-B-Y.
This is Marty Glickman with Larry Grantham speaking to you from snow-swept Shea Stadium. Snow is falling, not too heavily, almost a pleasant snowfall, if you can call it that. A dusting of snow on the field. There are 3 minutes and 8 seconds remaining in this first quarter. The ball game is tied at 7. Here's Bobby Howfield kicking off now for the Jets towards the close end of the field. Over to the far side, taken by Wallace Francis at the 10-yard line. He runs up along the right side to the 20, along the far sideline, near the 30-yard line, and they wrestle him down at around the 30-yard line. 3 of the New York Jets involved on the tackle as Wallace Francis ran it back from the 10 to the 30-yard line. Rob Spicer, fine rookie from Indiana, the first man to reach him. Here's some scores from different parts of the country now. Philadelphia playing at Washington in the first period. The Eagles lead the Redskins 3-0. At the Yale Bowl, Minnesota 7, the New York Giants 0. We'll have those additional scores during the course of the day. It's 1st and 10 now at the 30-yard line of the Buffalo Bills. Signals being called by Joe Ferguson, the rookie quarterback, number 12. I formation on the backfield with a flanker wide to the right side. A handoff. No, Ferguson goes back to pass. His first pass of the ball game. He throws out to the right flat, and it's incomplete. His arm was grabbed as he tried to throw the ball. Burgess Owens was covering out at the far side as John Elliott came smashing in and sort of half-held Joe Ferguson's arm as he threw it out to the right flat. Paul Seymour, the tight end at the right side, was the intended receiver.
Now, of course, we may have more emotion as we talk about emotion here in the afternoon. O.J. Simpson's team had emotion early in the game. He needed the yardage. He got it. Weeb Ewbank retiring this afternoon. The Jets have a lot of emotion about this ball game. So it just looks like for a heck of an afternoon for football.
So it does, Larry. It's 2nd and 10 at the 30-yard line. Now the Bills go into a split backfield with a flanker to the right side. Braxton and Simpson are side by side. The handoff goes to Braxton. A trap up the middle. He goes for 4 yards and he's dropped. At about the 34-yard line. Going off his own left side that time. Good tackle made by Ralph Baker, who hit him first, and early Thomas came on, number 45, to help out on the play. The ball placed down at the 33-yard line. So it's 3rd and 7 at the 33. And now that Jets forward line on defense is beginning to beat the Buffalo line to the charge. At the snap of the ball, they seem to be penetrating into that Buffalo Bills backfield, where on that first Buffalo drive, which went 71 yards, the Bills offensive linemen were beating them to the charge. It's 3rd and 7 at the 33. A spread formation, a slot right, and a split left end. Signals being called on 3rd and 7 by Joe Ferguson. He drops straight back to pass, sets up now, throws down the middle, high in the air, and is deflected almost intercepted by early Thomas. It was intended for J.D. Hill. When sailing over his head, that ball can be tough to handle right now. John Little put a big rush on Joe Ferguson. Ferguson threw, and early Thomas, leaping high, had his fingertips on it and couldn't quite hold on. So now that it's 4th and 7 at the 33 of the Buffalo Bills, the Bills are in punt formation, and twin safeties go back for the New York Jets. Mike Jones, number 11, drops back into punt formation, back on his own 19-yard line. Twin safeties for the New York Jets, one in front of the other at the 25 and 35-yard lines. Here's Jones moving forward to kick that ball. It's a pretty spiral. Rocky Turner takes it at the 28-yard line, starts to his right, and then he's hit at the 29-yard line. And the Jets will take over first and 10 at their 29. Rocky Turner, number 29, running it back for only 1 yard. Bill Croyle, a linebacker, was the first man to hit him. So it's first and 10 now for the New York Jets. The Jets have stopped the Buffalo Bills. The second time the Bills have had the ball. Actually, the third time, because the second time, O.J. Simpson, after picking up the 6 yards necessary to set a new NFL record for one season's play, on his first carry after that, he fumbled the ball, and the Jets went for the tying touchdown. Now it's first and 10 at the 29-yard line of the Jets. The handoff goes down to Boozer on the trap up the middle, goes for 3 yards before he stopped. Up to the 32-yard line, stopped by Jim Tryansky and John Skoropan, the linebackers for the Buffalo Bills. It'll be second and 7 at the 32. Larry?
Well, I think you called it exactly right. The Jet defensive line now has been the Buffalo offensive line of the punch. Now the Jet offensive line seems like they're moving out a little bit, trying to move that Buffalo Bill line around. Joe has had success throwing early in the game to Barkum there deep a while ago. I think he'll go back to it a little later.
Second and 7 at the 32. A pro set. Adam Lee and Boozer, all the running backs. Namath back to pass. Throws over the middle. It's complete to Barkum at the 45. He's down to the 45. It's good for 13 yards and a first down. Tony Green, free safety, made the tackle, along with Dwight Harrison, number 28. And that's to the 45-yard line of the New York Jets. And boy, Barkum can be causing that secondary all kinds of trouble. First with that long, deep pass, and now cutting in over the middle.
Well, that was just a man-to-man coverage, Marty. As you said a while ago, a few moments ago, they're putting his stretchers down there on the field. So, therefore, they have to try to lay off. If you don't, it can result in a touchdown. So they're trying to play him off a little bit, but Barkum can come underneath and catch the slant, too.
Here's Namath, back to pass again. Looks to throw over the middle, and it's incomplete. It's sent to Barkum once more. That time it was knocked down by Tony Green. Barkum was not his primary receiver. Namath was knocked down on the play. Barkum was not the primary receiver, as we said. We could see Joe Namath look right, then quickly left out to the left flat, and then he threw down the middle to Barkum.
Well, Joe really, as you said, Marty, came back to his second or third receiver. He was looking out here, it looked like to Rich Castle, the tight end, and then he looked into Eddie Bell, and finding both those guys covered, he just tried to go back to the opposite side to Barkum.
That's one of his great abilities. Second and 10 at the 45. The handoff down goes to Emerson Boozer. A trap of the middle. He drives for 9 yards. A pretty run. Past the midfield line down to the 46-yard line of the Buffalo Bills, where Ernie Kellerman, number 24, the strong safety, and Dick Lewis, the linebacker, combined to stop him. A quick smash up the middle, and Emerson Boozer really broke it right inside of Bob Wood, offensive left tackle. Short yardage situation. It's 3rd and 1. The ball is at the place down at the 47-yard line. Just a couple of seconds to go here in this first quarter. The gun should sound momentarily. And there it is before the next play can be run off. That's the end of the first quarter, and the score, the Jets 7, the Bills 7. This is Marty Glickman with Larry Grantham speaking to you from Shea Stadium. The snow is falling a bit more heavily now than it did at the start of the ball game. It started a couple of hours before game time today. And now the yard marks are being pretty well obscured on the grass portion of Shea Stadium. The infield still is pretty easy to see, the white against the brown of the infield, the skin portion. But if this snow continues, it'll be all white before the end of the afternoon. It's 3rd and 2 at the 47-yard line of the Buffalo Bills. A tight wing tee for the New York Jets. Signals are being called by Joe Namath. 3rd and 2 situation. He hands up to Boozer, drives up the middle, and goes for short yardage. He may not have made it. He may not have made it, but it looks as though there's a penalty marker down. Offside is being called. They had not indicated which team was offside. Just hands on hips by the head linesman at the far side. And the Jets apparently were not offside. It's against the Buffalo Bills.
Well, you can see the disgust on the Buffalo Bills safety men and their linemen's part. They evidently lined up offside, Marty. I didn't really see that much movement there in the line. But a moment ago we were talking about the throwing, and Buffalo did come out throwing on the third series, but they had the wind behind their back. Now I believe Joe has the wind, if any, even though the flags are swirling as normal here in Shea Stadium. It seems like the ball is carrying better to the open end, maybe. So now Joe may be throwing with the wind a little bit.
It's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line, and the Jets shift into a regular pro set. The running backs are Adam Lee and Boozer, and back to pass with Namath. Setting up now, looking to throw. Throw deep down to the right, deflected high in the air and incomplete. It was deflected through and over the hands of Eddie Bell. He was covered on the play by Robert James, and the ball was through both their hands rather high, and a hard pass thrown by Namath. Again, he looked for a secondary or a tertiary receiver because the primary man was not open.
And it looked like there that the Bills were trying to get additional pressure on Joe by rushing one of their linebackers. On that particular occasion, it was Scorpan, the left linebacker, who rushed Joe Namath, and did get a little additional pressure. Joe had to throw the ball before he was quite ready. Eddie Bell was coming open a little late, but he, as you say, he threw the ball a little high.
It's 2nd and 10 at the 42-yard line of the Buffalo Bills. The score is tied at 7. The opening minutes of this second quarter here at Shea Stadium. Snow swirling down. Namath going back to pass. Looks downfield, throws deep down to the left side, and it's incomplete. Too high, intended for Chief Barkum, and hit down hard on the play was Namath. Harrison was covering Barkum deep downfield, and Earl Edwards, defensive right end, smashed Namath down on the ground. Perfectly legal, because there was a big rush put on that time by the Buffalo Bills defensive line.
And as it was up in Buffalo in the first game of the season, Earl Edwards, the fine defensive right end, number 73, really gave the Jets a lot of problems. On that occasion, it was Woodall at quarterback, and they really had problems with Earl Edwards. I think he single-handedly kept the Jets in the hole all afternoon, either by hitting the quarterback or creating holding penalties.
Now it's 3rd and 10 at the 42. Back to pass is Namath, setting up, throws down the middle to Boozer. Incomplete. And Boozer never had a chance to get to that football, but because he was screened on the play by a linebacker going back with him, Dick Lewis, and there's no penalty marker thrown down. I think that M may have complained on the play, but nothing is forthcoming. And let's see whether they try a field goal from way out here. The ball is at the 42-yard line. It would be a 49-yard field goal. And I'm looking for Bobby Howfield to come out, and I still don't see number 3.
Looks like a punting situation. I see Julian Fagan finally trotting out number 10, so I believe they'll go ahead and punt the football.
That wind can be tough. The flags down on the field, which mark the end line and the goal line and back of the goal post, are blowing every which way, but they seem to be blowing now into the faces of the New York Jets. So in punt formation is Julian Fagan on the zone 43, Johnny Walker and Bill Cahill in twin safeties, a low pass that the kick has gotten away, a high twisting spiral coming down at the 8-yard line and taken there by Walker. Walker starts up to his right, and he sits down at about the 17-yard line. Good coverage on the play by the New York Jets.
Looked like Rick Harrell, the center, was the first guy down there. It's normal in those punting situations. It seems the center gets down there before anybody else has a chance. Why, I don't know.
Well, maybe he's unobstructed, head up from the line. There's nobody playing in front of the center. That time, Harrell was the man who made the tackle, but David Knight, playing an end position, number 82, that fine rookie from William & Mary, he was also downfield.
But, of course, that kills the theory that a lot of coaches put into pro football, Marty, in the fact that they put a man head up on the center to really try to punish the center. And the reason they would punish him would be to create a bad snap from center on the punt itself and maybe acquire a better field position that way.
As a timeout on the field right now, while we have the opportunity, we can sort of recap O.J. Simpson's record-breaking streak today. On the first drive of the Buffalo Bills, they went 71 yards for the touchdown. And on that series of plays, he carried the ball for, as I recall now, 57 yards. That's right, 57 yards. He needed 61 going into the ball game, so he was 4 yards shy. On the next time that the Bills had the ball on his first carry, he carried for 6 yards, and thus he broke Jimmy Brown's record. As of this moment, he has 1,865 yards, our unofficial total. It is official that he did break the record, but the specific number of yards is not quite certain, but it's about 1865 anyhow. Now plays about to be resumed. First and 10 at the 17-yard line. Chandler goes in motion over the left side. High formation on the backfield. The handoff goes to Braxton. Braxton drives up the middle and drives up to the 20-yard line where he's held upright by the New York Jets defense. Dick Neal, John Little, Ralph Baker, John Ebersole, all in on the play. A 3-yard gain makes it 2nd and 7 at the 20-yard line. In addition, O.J. has also broken the record for carries during the course of the season. O.J. carried the ball for 307 attempts. Jimmy Brown's old record was 306 in a single season.
And, of course, he will add to that total this afternoon, you know, Marty. And my math wasn't too good, but if you multiply 4 times 61 yards he got in the first quarter, because it is 4 quarters here this afternoon, that's a lot of yards on the afternoon's work.
Sure is. He can go over 2,000 yards if he runs for 197 yards today. It's 2nd and 7 at the 20-yard line. The handoff goes to to Braxton again. Braxton trying to drive off right tackle. Fumbles the ball, loose, rolling around, and then he's rolled out of bounds. Let's see where that... I lost sight of that football. Braxton, running off his own right tackle, picked up about 5 yards on the play from the 20 to the 25-yard line, and it's still Buffalo Bills ball. Tackle was made by Bridges Owens, along with Dallas Howell and John Elliott. The ball at the 25-yard line, he picked up 5. It's 3rd and 2 at the 25. And since O.J. fumbled the ball, he's not carried, to my recollection, since that time.
Well, maybe Coach Saban has had a little talk with his quarterback and feeling that such an emotional outburst at the first part of the game, maybe O.J. needs to settle down a little bit, get his emotions more under control, and carry the football a little later on in the action this afternoon.
Well, it's 3rd and 2 at the 25. Short yardage situation. It's a tight wing tee. Man in motion is Chandler coming across back of the line of scrimmage. Runs along the line. Now the handoff goes to O.J. Simpson running off left tackle. Cuts up field, drives out in the open. Pick up 5, 7, 9 yards before he finally stopped. Beautiful run by O.J. Simpson. He keeps getting hit as he's carrying that ball, but he maintains his feet, keeps his balance, and keeps spinning and driving and darting, and picks up substantial yardage. He needed 2 for the first down. He picked up 9. The ball is up to the 36-yard line.
Not only that, Marty, he's awful strong also. Even when you get your hands on him and do hold on to him, he's tough to bring down. So he drives for additional yardage that way, too. That time it took 3 or 4 men to finally stop his forward progress. So he has a lot of ability. He can come out of the backfield, catch the ball, he blocks, he runs the ball, he does everything.
He does it all. It's 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line of the Buffalo Bills. The ball game is tied at 7. 3 minutes are gone in this second quarter. And hit back of the line of scrimmage is O.J. Simpson by Ralph Baker. It looked like a quick draw that time, but O.J. coming to take the handoff was hit as soon as he got the handoff from quarterback Ferguson by Ralph Baker. And Baker may have been blitzing. Was he, Larry?
He was blitzing. That's the point I wanted to make, Marty, that Ralph was blitzing on the play. I would like to, think that Ralph is quick enough reading those plays and stepping there that quickly, but I do think he was blitzing. A lot of speculation. That time O.J. was hit for a loss, so a lot of speculation about the Jets this afternoon was would they blitz a lot to clog up those holes and stop O.J. I don't think they can blitz much because if he breaks one on a blitz, they don't have that many people to chase him down.
It's 2nd and 12 at the 34-yard line. Again, Chandler runs back of his lineman in motion. The handoff goes to Braxton. The power sweeps to the left side, hits back of the line of scrimmage. He drives up to the line of scrimmage, and that's all. Nice play by Dick Neal. Dick Neal and John Elliott combining to stop that run by Braxton. This is Jim Braxton, who did not play in that first game, the 3rd game of the season up in Buffalo. Larry Watkins was the fullback in that ball game for O.J. Simpson. Braxton is much bigger in terms of weight. He's 6'1" and 243 pounds. Watkins is 6'2" and 230. So it's going to be 3rd and 12 at the 34-yard line. No loss on the last play and no gain.
Well, now, in these particular situations, the Buffalo Bills are going in there with a wide receiver and taking out Paul Seymour, the fine tight end, the rookie tight end from Notre Dame. And now they got 3 wide receivers in the game. Boy, the Jets going to have to come up with some defense to stop this.
3rd and 12 at the 34. Wallace Francis is the 3rd wide receiver. He's in the slot to the right side. The handoff goes to O.J. Simpson. He's hit at the line of scrimmage. Puts through and goes for 3 yards before he stops. At the 37-yard line, he picks up 3 yards, and that's all. They try to cross up that Jets defense. I think he called it automatic.
Well, I don't know where he called it automatic or not, but they spread those there on the field. 2 to one side, 2 wide receivers to one side, 1 to the other. But the Jets, to combat that, came up there with that safety blitz. Phil Wise really came there rushing, going to rush the pass, had it been a pass, but they clogged up a lot of holes there and a lot of pursuit just tackled O.J. Simpson.
Ball game is tied at 7. There are 10 minutes and 43 seconds remaining in this first half. Spike Jones ducks back to his own 22-yard line, ready for the snap in center. David Knight and Rocky Turner and twin safeties, one in front of the other. And there's the kick, an end-over-end kick and fairly short. David Knight calls for a fair catch, and he makes the fair catch at the 32-yard line of the New York Jets. So the Jets have decent field position. 1st and 10 on their 32. The ball game is tied at 7. There's a timeout on the field. The score, the New York Jets 7, the Buffalo Bills 7.
Pepperality. Priceless and Clements for 74. Head Pepper is 9 and Latham sells Pepperality. If it's 74 new car time for you, don't knock yourself out running around. Pepperality means low 74 pepper price. High pepper trade-in plus low pepper down payment. Pepperality, we can tell you, we can show you. But until you buy, you can't try Pepperality. Head for the home of Pepperality. Head Pepper, Chrysler Plymouth, Route 9 Latham, Pepperality. Let the friendly people at Protective Loan give you a hand with Christmas shopping this season. Don't let being a bit short of cash flow this holiday season for your family. Visit a nearby Protective Loan office and help make this Christmas the merriest of holiday seasons. Protective Loan can help you with up to $2,500 in holiday shopping cash and with fast personal one-day service. There's a Protective Loan office near you in Albany at 215 Central Avenue and 11 North Pearl Street and in Schenectady at 1884 State Street. Ready for
Wherever you in life,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110, 111, 112, 113, 114, 115, 116
Slot formation on the right side for the New York Jets. First and 10 on the 32-yard line. To come back to the weak side. Over to the left side goes Emerson Boozer and drives off his own left tackle. Picks up about 4 or 5 yards on the play as David Herman leads the play upfield. Stopped by Jim Trayansky and Richard Lewis, the right linebacker and the middle linebacker. Ball is at the 37-yard line. A 5-yard gain for Emerson Boozer, who is having a fine second half of the year. Leading ground gainer for the New York Jets went into the ball game with 799 yards. And he's well over the 800-yard mark figure right now. It's 2nd and 5 at the 37-yard line of the New York Jets. The ball game is tied at 7. A regular pro set, flank on the left side, split right in. Namath takes it, hands up to Boozer again, runs off outside his own left end, moves upfield, drives up for a first down and more, and he's knocked out of bounds right near the midfield line. At the 48-yard line of the New York Jets. Just another first down. He picked up 11 yards, Emerson Boozer did that time. Ernie Kellerman and Dwight Harrison combined to knock him out of bounds at the New York Jets 48. It's 1st and 10 at the 48, and boy, that Emerson Boozer looks better and better every Sunday out.
And also, we've said it a few times over the course of the year, Joe Namath looks even better. You know, the Buffalo Bills look like they're trying to stop the passing attack of Joe Namath. Therefore, he's slipping the ball inside Emerson Boozer. And they're catching that line, rushing the passer, kind of off balance and by surprise. And Emerson Boozer is able to slip through there and get in the secondary and pick up that yardage. So Joe is calling a beautiful game so far.
It's 1st and 10 on the 48. Namath falls down, handing off to Emerson Boozer. He had a reach out and hand off the ball to him, and Boozer goes to the line of scrimmage, and that's all. The footing is slippery on the skin portion of the infield, and they're playing out around second base now on the skin portion of the infield as of this moment. The snow continues to fall fairly heavily now, and the arc stripes where play has not taken place near the open end of the stadium around from the 15-yard line in, the arc stripes are very difficult to see. But on the skin portion of the infield, it's getting sloppy now, kind of slippery and wet. It's 2nd and 10 at the 48-yard line. As Namath was back to pass in the slot. Sets up now. Now he throws deep, way downfield, and it is deflected and incomplete. Intended deep downfield to Rich Castor, and it was knocked down at the last moment by Ernie Kellerman and Tony Green. Dwight Harrison also covering on the play. So it'll be 3rd and 10 at the 48-yard line of the New York Jets.
And as the ball game rocks along, Marty, you know it's just a matter of time before Joe Namath was going to his big tight end, Rich Castor. If you recall the game in Buffalo early in the season, Woodall went to Castor early in the game. It looked like a sure touchdown pass. Castor dropped the football. I think that was a turnaround point in the ball game. But Joe, fortunately, has forgotten that, and he's going to go back to Castor. Castor's too big of a target to let go to waste out there this afternoon.
Hank Bajortman has come into the backfield now, replacing Emerson Boozer for this play. It's 3rd and 10 on the Jets' 48-yard line. The ball game is tied at 7. We'll have more scores for you in just a moment. Now the Jets shift into a pro set. Namath calling signals. Takes the snap. He goes back to pass. Sets up now. Throws the screen out to the left side, complete to Adderley. Adderley can't cut inside the man and make the tackle at about the line of scrimmage, the 48-yard line, so there's no gain on the play. John Scorapan made the stop. Here are those scores we talked about. This is the day of decision for 5 of the 8 teams to make the playoffs. Atlanta is leading New Orleans in the second quarter. Atlanta 14, New Orleans nothing. In the second period, Philadelphia 10, the Washington Redskins 7. And in the second period, the Minnesota Vikings 7, the New York Giants nothing. It's 4th and 10 at the 48-yard line. Julian Fagan back on his own 34-yard line, ready to get the snap from center. Johnny Walker and Bill Cahill are in twin safeties. Walker the deep man. Here's the punt. A high end-over-end kick coming down at the 20-yard line, taken there by Cahill. Cahill drives up along the right side. He loses 2 men, and he's driven out of bounds finally. Knocked out of bounds on the play by Cliff McClain, number 42 of the New York Jets. The ball is at the 29-yard line of the Buffalo Bills. Well, that time is taken. And the score, the Jets 7, the Buffalo Bills 7. We'll take a 60-second jet break for this announcement.
Pepperality. Prices intended for 74. Head Pepper, Route 9 in Latham sells Pepperality. If it's 74 new car time for you, don't knock yourself out running around. Pepperality means low 74 pepper price. High pepper trade-in plus low pepper down payment. Pepperality, we can tell you, we can show you. But until you buy, you can't try Pepperality. Head for the home of Pepperality. Head Pepper, Chrysler Plymouth, Route 9 Latham, Pepperality. WAVY, Albany. This year, say Merry Christmas with McDonald's gift certificate. It's an easy way to give Big Macs, fries, or hot apple pies to everyone on your Christmas list. McDonald's gift certificate. 50 cents each or a book of 10 for $5. You deserve a break today at McDonald's.
This is Marty Glickman with Larry Grantham at Shea Stadium. The Bills have the ball, 1st and 10 on their 29-yard line. The game is tied at 7. 8 minutes remain in the first half. Chandler goes in motion to the left side, peeling off to his left. The handoff goes to Braxton. The big fullback drives up the middle, goes for about 2 yards, and he stops at the 31-yard line. Ralph Baker holds him upright, and the legs of Braxton kept digging, and Baker kept digging with him, and the two men nose to nose upright just sort of kept each other in place, running in place.
Looked like two big bulls there, Marty. Baker at 228, 6'3", and Braxton at 243, 6'1". So they were just nose to nose digging it out. Nobody was going anywhere.
Well, that makes it 2nd and 8 at the 31-yard line of the Buffalo Bills. The score is tied at 7. High formation in the backfield. Braxton in front of O.J. Simpson. Signals being called. The handoff goes to O.J. Trying to swing right around his own left end. He's hit down, picked up a couple of yards, and he's pulled down finally after picking up 2 yards by Mark Lomas. Lomas boxed that play in. O.J. tried to cut up inside, and Mark Lomas grabbed him and pulled him down, helped by John Elliott. The ball is placed down at the 33-yard line, a 2-yard gain, makes it 3rd and 6. That gives O.J. some 80 yards thus far in the first half.
And it looks like the Jets were trying to cooperate with O.J. and let him get his yardage early in the first quarter and get on out of the game. They thought maybe he might go sit down there, said Marty, because they've stopped him so far in the second quarter since he has achieved his record.
He's 20 yards past the record held formerly by Jimmy Brown. It's 3rd and 6 at the 33-yard line, a passing situation. If Joe Ferguson elects to pass, let's see. He takes it, he just drops straight back, setting up. Looks downfield, he set 5 men down, and is caught by Braxton, the big fullback. He drives for the first down and more. It's inside the 50-yard line of the Jets and right down to about the 47. Ralph Baker finally makes the tackle. 5 men were sent downfield that time, the 2 running backs and the 3 ends. That is the 2 wide receivers and the tight end. Nobody left in there, and he threw to one of the men downfield, the big fullback Jim Braxton, for the first down at the Jets' 47-yard line.
But he did throw on the move a little bit, and when you send 5 men out in the pattern, that creates 4 men rushing against the 5 offensive line of the Buffalo Bills. The Buffalo Bills offensive line has noticed they're blocking for O.J. in the running plays and not so much pass protection for the quarterback.
Well, it's 1st and 10 at the 47 of the New York Jets. Signals being called by Ferguson. I formation on the backfield. Handoff goes to O.J. Simpson. Simpson on his calf drives up the middle, goes for 3 yards. He's down to about the 44-yard line. Ralph Baker again makes the tackle for the Jets. Ball placed down at the 43-yard line. It is a 4-yard gain. Makes it 2nd and 6 at the 43 of the Jets. The ball game is tied at 7 with 5.5 minutes remaining in this first half. And the snow continues to swirl here in Shea Stadium. No definite wind direction here in the stadium itself, although at the top of the stadium, the wind is blowing from left to right. 2nd and 6 at the 43-yard line. A north wind, I believe it is. 2nd and 6 at the 43 of the Jets. Ball game is tied at 7. Joe Ferguson, number 12, is calling signal. Takes it. Hands down to O.J. again, trying to go off left tackle. He breaks down on the cliff of the moment, and he's pulled down at the 40-yard line of the New York Jets. He picked up 3 yards more.
And that was your automatic call at the line of scrimmage. Joe Ferguson, the quarterback, I thought did a great job calling because the New York Jets were what we call an odd man line. The strong inside linebacker was stacked inside his defensive end. So in these situations, it always looks like you can get outside and gain yardage. Looked like Joe Ferguson came up there, saw the situation, changed the play, gave it to O.J. going outside, and he did pick up some yards.
Tight, short yardage situation as Ted Coy comes into the ball game at end, replacing J.D. Hill. It's a wing T to the left side, I formation of the backfield, 3rd and 2 on the Jets 39. A key play on the ball game with the score tied at 7 here in the first half. Signals are being called. Ferguson takes it. Hands off to O.J. O.J. tries to go for the yards. He drives forward, and I think he just about makes it. He goes for 2.5 yards. He was driven back, but I think his forward progress stopped inside the 37-yard line. And let's wait and see. Bill Wise, Mark Lomas, came smashing in to stop the play, and we'll wait and see whether or not he has the first down. The ball is placed down. They're going to measure on this one. It's going to be very, very close. Yardsticks will be brought out, and it's going to be mighty close. We watch the official, and it is shy by about 4 inches. So it's 4th and inches, and let's see whether they go for it. No field goal kicker. John Leopold is not going out on the field.
We won't know for a minute.
They're going to call time. That's right, they call time. So they call timeout on the field. There's a timeout on the field to score. The Jets 7, the Bills 7.
How many of you men listening have a Jet fragrance closet? That's the closet where all the unfinished aftershave and colognes you've been given keep piling up. They just were not right for you. English leather, on the other hand, stays out of the Jet fragrance closet. English leather's clean, honest scent suits men who lead an active lifestyle. So they use English leather day and night until it's all gone and they're ready for some more. So come on, men. Avoid that Jet fragrance closet. Give her some heavy hints that you wear English leather or nothing at all.
This is Roberta Peters inviting you to Philharmonic Hall for 2 benefit concerts honoring the 65th anniversary of the NAACP. I will be appearing with tenor George Shirley Sunday afternoon, December 16th. Andre Watts and the Symphony of the New World, conducted by Paul Freeman, will be featured the evening of March 31st. Prices range from $8 to $20 for both concerts. Tickets are available at the Philharmonic Hall box office. Thank you.
Here's the big play coming up right now. It's fourth at about 4 inches for the Buffalo Bills at the New York Jets 42.5-yard line. They line up in a flank and T formation. Chandler is on the flank. I formation in the backfield. Braxton in front of O.J. Now they go side by side. The Jet defense is packed in solidly. Ferguson calling signals. They just need inches. Ferguson a quarterback keep, and he probably made it. He dove in on a quarterback keep, and let's see where they place that forward progress of the ball. That's what counts. It looks as though he made it. Dick Neal, John Little, Mark Lomas, John Elliott all in on the play, and it looks as though he's got the first down. Ball is at the 42-yard line. Yes, there's the signal now. First down.
There never was any question there, Marty, once he dove across that line. Those referees help those quarterbacks out quite considerably on plays like that. And all he's got to do is get the nose that itself or the football up in the air and over the line, and he usually makes the first down in that situation.
What does a linebacker do in a situation like that? Do they prepare for that by meeting him high, going in high?
I'll tell you a story about that sometime. We've got a little more time. I had that same situation out in Oakland a year ago, and I didn't perform too well because the tight end, which I had to cover, caught a touchdown pass.
Oh, is that all? Let's not forget about it, Larry. First and 10 at the 42-yard line. The hand up to O.J. Simpson. He drives inside his own right guard, cutting back inside, drives over the 40 to about the 39-yard line. He was hit back of the line of scrimmage, but he pulled away, and Ralph Baker finally pulled him down. Ralph Baker and John Elliott in on the tackle. It'll be 2nd and 7 at the 39-yard line. We make out O.J. to now have something like 86 and 3, 89 yards. 89 yards thus far in the first half alone. And he's, of course, has broken Jimmy Brown's record already. The most yards gained in a single season by a National Football League player in the entire history of the NFL. It's 2nd and 7 at the 39 of the New York Jets. The ball game is tied at 7. Ferguson calls signals. Drops straight back to pass. Setting up now. Plenty of time. Throws out to the right. And is caught. Waiting for it is J.D. Hill. And Chandler caught it. And he's knocked out of bounds at the 21-yard line. Bob Chandler, number 81, went deep down along the sideline and suddenly button-hooked. And as he turned, there was a ball. Perfectly executed pass play. Dallas Howell and Burgess Owens combined to knock him out of bounds at the 21. A gain of 18 yards and his 1st and 10 for the Buffalo Bills at the New York Jets 21-yard line.
And while we're throwing bouquets of roses around about play calling, you got to give Ferguson credit on that one. I think the Jets thought he was going to run the football. They were packed in there pretty tight. Didn't get much of a pass rush, and he just had adequate time to throw and hit Bob Chandler out there in the right flat for the first down.
It's 1st and 10 at the 21-yard line. The handoff goes to Braxton. It drives up the middle, goes for 5 yards before he stops at the 16-yard line. Ferguson makes the tackle at the 16. Jim Braxton, built like a fire plug, busting straight up the middle. And now there are 2 minutes left to go in this first half, and time is taken. A timeout on the field to score. The Jets 7, the Bills 7.
Two balls appeared at Scotch Flash presents Casey Jones and Elgin Baylor.
Elgin, you got class. Like your 70-point game sure had class. Oh, 71. For a guy with one shot, you've got class. Like a 2-ball poured in a glass, you've got class. Oh, no, Casey, you've got class. You were cool when you picked off my pass. For a little guy, you really had class. Like a 2-ball poured in a glass, you've got class. Oh, no, big man, you've got class. Like a championship team, you've got class. But your your team cut us off at the pass. Like a two-board poured in a glass, you got class.
Tuborg's one of the best beers in Europe, and now it's made in America. With a taste of the old country, but like American, at American prices, too. Tuborg beer. It's got class.
With Larry Grantham, I'm Artie Glickman speaking to you from Shea Stadium. As the snow continues to fall, what else do you expect? Ball game is tied at 7. O.J. Simpson has set a new National Football League ground-gaining record for a single season. And the New York Jets are being threatened now by the Buffalo Bills, where it's 2nd and 4 at the 17-yard line of the Jets. 2nd and 4. Signals being called by Joe Ferguson. Braxton in front of O.J. Simpson in the I formation. Ferguson takes it. A pitch out wide to O.J. Runs off left tackle, cuts inside, and he's down into picking up 3 yards. Good run by O.J. Simpson from the 17 down to about the 13, 14-yard line. Braxton leading the play upfield. Burgess Owens making a good tackle, helped by Bill Ferguson, that fine rookie linebacker from San Diego State.
I always like to see how these rookie quarterbacks perform under this kind of pressure here late in the first half now. He's got to work the clock. He's also got to try to move the football down for the first down. And it should be very interesting between here and halftime.
Clock is running, shows 1 minute and 25 seconds to go in this first half. They have 2 timeouts left to them. 3rd and 2 at the 13-yard line. Man in motion comes to the right side. It's Chandler in motion to the right. Handoff goes to O.J. running off left tackle. Cuts back to the right. Straight down in the clear. Goes to the goal line. Touchdown, O.J. Simpson. A beautiful off-tackle run by O.J. Jim Braxton leading the way once again. O.J. tricky, driving, hard, sidestepping and swivel-hipping his way down. Went into the goal line untouched. What a run by O.J. Simpson. Brilliant.
Just as I say, it's going to be awful interesting to see how the quarterback uses the clock down here this close to halftime, Marty.
Well, it's a fine run. And let's see now, he's over or very close to 100 yards thus far in the first half alone. If he gets 197, he'll go over 2,000 yards in one season. And he's up close to the 100-yard mark in the first half. Score is now 13-7. Buffalo Bills leading the New York Jets. John Lee Paul ready to try to point after. The ball is rolled back to him, but he gets the kickoff, and it's through there for the point after. So there's a timeout on the field and the score. The Buffalo Bills 14, the New York Jets 7.
Lady 14 offering total radio to area advertisers. WABY, the only station with a total programming concept, including the greatest hits of all time. Exclusive sports coverage on a year-round basis. Plus the only early morning telephone talk show. In Capital Land, your business message on WABY 14 is one of the most economical promotions in all area media and targets metro area listeners. No wasted money reaching audiences miles away who seldomly shop in our area. For more information on a WABY advertising schedule, call Wavy Sales any day from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. at 459-2111. There is no obligation.
We are told now that O.J. Simpson has 105 yards in this first half, 18 carries for 105 yards.
And he's well on his way to getting a record, Marty, but we would like to say we have a very interesting halftime. President of the New York Jets, Mr. Phil Island, is in our booth now. Will be our guest at halftime. We'll be talking about Weeb Ewbank and then possibly Joe Namath situation and a lot of other things at halftime.
Here's the handoff. Fullback Edison Booster goes up the middle for about a half yard on a play, and that's all. As Earl Evans, that big right end, comes flashing in. The clock shows just 57 seconds remaining in this first half. The Jets are down by a score of 14-7. And now the Jets call for it. No, the Buffalo Bills call for time. They want that ball again. Buffalo's call time. Here's a second period score. The Washington Redskins, who trailed Philadelphia 3-0 and 10-7, now lead the Philadelphia Eagles. The score, the Redskins 17, the Eagles 10 in the second period. Also in the second period, the Minnesota Vikings 7, the New York Giants nothing. In the second period, Atlanta 14, New Orleans nothing. We'll pause briefly now for station identification on the Jet Set Network.
WABY, Sports Radio 14 Albany, home of the New York Jets.
Wavy 14.
With Larry Grantham, Marty Glickman reporting. Just 52 seconds remaining now before the end of this first half. The Jets are trailing by a score of 14-7. A regular pro strip. 2nd and 10 at the 24-yard line. Namath drops straight back to pass. Sets up now. Looks downfield. Throws deep. Way down the middle for Barkum. And it's incomplete. Knocked down at the last moment by Tony Green. Incomplete. So it'll be 3rd and 10 at the 24-yard line. I hear boos out there. I wonder why.
Well, Joe didn't like the call, neither did G. Barkum. He thought he was interfered with by Tony Green down there deep downfield. But, you know, it looked like to me the ball kind of hung up in the air. Joe tried to go deep to Barkum. It looked like he was open momentarily. The ball didn't get there quite on time. It looked like it kind of hung, and Green recovered to knock the football down.
That makes it 3rd and 10 for the Jets at the 24-yard line of the Jets. 45 seconds remain in this first half as they break the huddle and go to the line of scrimmage. Eddie Bell flanks wide out to the right side. G. Barkum splits left. They go to a pro set. Emerson Boozer and Mike Adamley, all the running backs, as Namath. Takes the snap. Takes the handoff. Goes back. Sets up now. Throws down the middle. Deflected and incomplete. It went through the hands of linebacker Dick Lewis, intended for Rich Kastner, and it's incomplete. So it'll be 4th and 10 at the 24-yard line. And it is possible for the Bills to get within range of a field goal before this first half ends.
It sure is, and that flat pass almost an interception would have put him in range. Walt Podolsky thought he had that multiple sclerosis fund covered there as he hit Joe Willard just as he turned the ball loose. But unfortunately, Joe had gotten rid of the ball, and he didn't pick up the money for the multiple sclerosis kids back in Buffalo.
Fagan drops back to his own 10-yard line, ready to punt for the Jets. Walker and Cahill in twin safeties. Cahill in front of Walker, and to his right. They're out near midfield. Here's the punt by Fagan. A short kick. End over end. And it's taken by Cahill. Cahill runs out to his left. Breaks down to the cliff for the moment. He's down to the 20-yard line. Angling to the far corner. Down to the 10-yard line. He's going to go in. Touchdown! Touchdown! Bill Cahill getting that very short kick. Going up the middle and suddenly swinging wide around the left side. And in just those few seconds, we were talking about field goal position. They came up with 6 and probably 7 in just a moment. A fine run back and a very short punt. The run back by Bill Cahill and that short punt for the New York Jets by Julian Fagan.
And at certain times like that, it seems like the players don't want to relax, but they do. Marty, it seemed like that the ball wasn't kicked as deep as they thought it was. He came shooting in there. They gave him a little room to catch the football, and when he got the room to catch the ball, he just took it and made one real good cut and got out in the clear and went all the way. So it was a great run. He gambled on catching the ball because it was Jet defenders around him when he caught the football. But after he once gambled and caught the ball and took it off and cut to his left, he was out in the clear.
He sure was, running wide around his own left side and cutting into the left corner. Now there's a momentary delay while they line up that football. And they want to get it out from where it is muddied. And now they're set. Chandler Holes for Leopold. Leypolzt, a big fella, 6'2", 224 pounds. Kick straight away. Signals are being called down for the point after the ball is snapped, placed down and kicked. It's up and through there. So there's a timeout on the field to score. The Buffalo Bills 21, the New York Jets 7.
Mr. Businessman, with the energy crisis at hand and prices rising on nearly everything, you've got to be extra careful with every dollar you spend. For the Christmas and winter season, you'll not find a better advertising vehicle than Weeb 14. WABY offers a target audience of spending adults in the immediate metro area. You won't waste your money reaching audience in areas that will seldomly produce business for you, especially now with the lower speed limits and cutback on gasoline. WABY has not had a rate increase since 1970. Yet today, Weeb 14 reaches the largest audience in its nearly 40-year history. Your newspaper has had yearly rate increases without increased circulation. Furthermore, WABY has had a 12-minute commercial limit per hour. So your message will not get lost in clutter often heard on the 50,000-watt giant. Get your advertising dollars worth with Weeb 14 by calling WABY Sales at 459-2111. Anytime from 9 to 5 with no obligation. WABY.
Kicks the ball right out of the end zone. Now it's 1st and 10 for the Jets at their 20-yard line. Namath goes back to pass with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Throws deep down to the right side to Eddie Bell. It's deflected and it is incomplete. Eddie Bell covered by two men deep downfield. A linebacker going back to cover on the play, John Scorpan, and Dwight Harrison backing up as well. He was covered, as we say nautically, fore and aft.
He sure was, Marty. That ball kind of hung up there again on Joe, and it was a long throw, but that's the only chance he's got here prior to halftime to get back on the scoreboard. Of course, this is oftentimes this is Joe Namath at his best. When you're down 21-7, I know of no better quarterback in professional football to bring your team back and get those points on the scoreboard and get you back in the ball game or get ahead in the ball game.
It's 2nd and 10 at the 20 with 17 seconds to go in the half. As the quick opener for Emerson Boozy drives up the field for some 3 yards on the play, and unless somebody calls time, clock will run out for the end of this first half. 8 seconds to go, and the clock keeps running. Nobody has called time. Down to the 2-second mark, and you'll hear the gun in just a moment. There it is. That's the end of the first half. And the score, the Buffalo Bills 21 and the New York Jets 7.
Pepperality. Chrysler's and Plymouth's for 74. Ted Pepper, Route 9 in Latham sells Pepperality. If it's 74 new car time for you, don't knock yourself out running around. Pepperality means low 74 pepper price. High pepper trade-in plus low pepper down payment. Pepperality, we can tell you, we can show you. But until you buy, you can't try Pepperality. Head for the home of Pepperality. Ted Pepper, Chrysler Plymouth, Route 9 Latham, Pepperality.
Let the friendly people at Protective Loan give you a hand with Christmas shopping this season. Don't let being a bit short of cash spoil this holiday season for your family. Visit a nearby Protective Loan office and help make this Christmas the merriest of holiday seasons. Protective Loan can help you with up to $2,500 in holiday shopping cash and with fast, personal one-day service. There's a Protective Loan office near you at 291 Broadway, Manhattan, 603 2nd Avenue, Troy, and in East Greenbush at 620 Columbia Turnpike.
Brady 14. W-A-B-Y.
Stadium along with Marty Glickman. Of course, the snow is coming down quite rapidly at the moment. Halftime scores the Buffalo Bills 21, the New York Jets 7. Early in the ball game, the New York Jets kicked the football off to Buffalo. And on the first series, O.J. Simpson entered today's game needing some 61 yards to capture the all-time rushing record for 1 year, 1,864 yards by Jimmy Brown. On the first opening series of the afternoon, he carried the ball 7 times for a total of 57 yards, and of course it was climaxed by Braxton 1-yard plunge with 6:28 left in the first quarter, making the score 7-0. Then on the next 2 series, of course, on the next series, O.J. Simpson carried the ball, picked up his 6 yards, got the rushing yardage total that he needed for the record, and then the following play, the ball was handed off to O.J., and he fumbled it. Of course, as we had talked about earlier, we believe this had a lot to do with the momentum that was generated by O.J. Simpson and the Buffalo Bills prior to the kickoff. After attaining the goal, the record that he wanted so badly, he had a little letdown. He fumbled the football. The Jets took over. 2 plays later, Joe Namath hit Jerome Barkum 48 yards and a New York Jets touchdown. So with 3:08 left in the first quarter, the score was the New York Jets 7, the Buffalo Bills 7. And then all the action in the second quarter came about in the last 2 minutes. O.J. Simpson took a handoff from his quarterback, Joe Ferguson, ran the ball 13 yards into the end zone with 1:12 left in the half, making the score the Buffalo Bills 14, the New York Jets 7. And then following a 3-play series by the New York Jets, 4th down and 10, Julian Fagan punted the football, and Cahill returned it all the way for a touchdown, making the score at halftime here, the New York Jets 7, the Buffalo Bills 21. This is Larry Grantham. I'll have Phil Island and Al Atkinson as our halftime guests in just a moment.
Pepperality. Chrysler's and Plymouth's for 74. Ted Pepper, Route 9 in Latham sells Pepperality. If it's 74 new car time for you, don't knock yourself out running around. Pepperality means low 74 pepper price. High pepper trade-in plus low pepper down payment. Pepperality, we can tell you, we can show you. But until you buy, you can't try Pepperality. Head for the home of Pepperality. Ted Pepper, Chrysler Plymouth, Route 9 Latham, Pepperality.
In 1973, Capital Country will hear the New York Jets in action right here on WABY Sports Radio 14 Albany. This is Marty Glickman, along with Larry Grantham. We'll bring you all the Jets action right from the 50-yard line at home and away.
I'm Larry Grantham, along with Marty Glickman at Shea Stadium, New York City, New York. Marty had to go down the sidelines at halftime today to present an award to two high school kids from the metropolitan area. I had time to guess today, and we're awful lucky to have two such outstanding personalities of the New York Jets. First, let me introduce the president of the New York Jets Football Club, Mr. Bill Island. Mr. Island, we certainly appreciate you coming by and spending some time with us.
Thank you, Larry.
And our second guest is none other than number 62, normally for the New York Jets in uniform, Al Atkinson. Al, we appreciate you coming by, too.
Kicker, it's always good to come by and see you work as a professional.
Uh-oh, now we got to explain that nickname that he put out over the airways. We've been guarding so closely this secret all year. But that has been my nickname for some years, Chigger. Mr. Island, of course, this is an emotional day in the life of the New York Jets, and an emotional day, of course, for the head coach, Coach Weeb Ewbank.
Well, Larry, the first thing I'd like to do is congratulate O.J. Simpson. I think he's a great athlete and a great person. And if anyone was entitled to the record, he was. And congratulations to him.
I know he certainly appreciates that. And, of course, we were always pulling for the Jets to win the ball game. And but we also, in our own way, was pulling for O.J. Simpson to set the record today. He is a fine gentleman and one of the finest personalities in the National Football League today, and he is really a credit to the Buffalo Bills and the National Football League.
I agree with you, Larry.
Now, to get on to this retirement today of Coach Weeb Ewbank, I know you've been associated with Coach Ewbank in the 11 years he's been here with the New York Jets team.
Well, Larry, I don't have to tell you because you're an ex-player. Weeb's a great man and a great coach. Nobody will ever equal his record. As you know, he's won the championship in both leagues. So, unfortunately, it's snowing today, and it's kind of a dismal day to go out of football. But Weeb will always be a credit to the New York Jets.
Now, I don't think that the weather really detracts from the importance of the day for Coach Ewbank. Now, a lot of people realize he's retiring from active coaching today, Mr. Island, but what will his duties be on down the road next year for the New York Jets football team?
Well, Larry, he'll be in the front office with me. He'll be a vice president. He's going to be in charge of the negotiations with players. We've got a new complex we're going to build for training out in Long Island. We've got a lot of work to do, and Weeb's going to be right there to help me do it.
Well, Al, I know this is a sad day in the life of all the ball players. Of course, you played with Coach Ewbank a number of years here on the Jet team.
Right, Larry. Weeb, I've looked up to as a father image, and he's always been fair to me as a person and as a player. He's been very fair with me throughout my years in negotiating with him. And as a coach, he brought me along slowly my rookie year, and I thanked him very much for it. And when he did give me a chance to play, I thanked him very highly for it. You know, he was always good to me, both as a man and as a coach.
Well, Al, you talk like you won't be around Coach Ewbank any longer, and of course you won't be around him as a coach, but he will be general manager next year.
Right, I realize that, Larry, and as a general manager, you know, he's been very fair to me, and I think in the years to come, the fellows coming up on the team as Jet player personnel and also as players, they'll find him as a very warm person, a very fair person. But I think the few raps that he has taken in the newspapers aren't really fair ones.
Are you going to be around him more often? Are you coming back next year?
Oh, am I going to be back next year? Well, as I told a reporter about 2 weeks ago, if my leg does not come around, the answer is simply no.
That was Al Atkinson, and of course that was Barbara Sheehan, one of our sidekicks here with WR Radio, throwing that little question at Al. This is Larry Grantham, and I'll be back with our halftime guest, President of New York Jets, Mr. Bill Island, and Al Atkinson in just a moment.
Top bargains in hand tools. The SK Golden Warranty Specials. Save $1.34 compared to the cost of individual pieces on 7-piece 3/8-inch drive hex bit socket sets. Just $10.49. Save $2.89 on 4-piece ratcheting box wrench sets. Only $30.98. SK Golden Warranty Specials mean complete satisfaction or return for free replacement at Leach Products in Albany, Schenectady, and Cobleskill. Pepperality. Priceless in Plymouth for $74. Head Pepper, Route 9 in Latham sells Pepperality.
If it's 74 new car time for you, don't knock yourself out running around. Pepperality means low 74 pepper price, high pepper trade-in plus low pepper down payment. Pepperality, we can tell you, we can show you. But until you buy, you can't try Pepperality. Head for the home of Pepperality. Ed Pepper, Chrysler Plymouth, Route 9 Latham, Pepperality.
WABY.
This is Larry Grantham at Shea Stadium, where at halftime the Buffalo Bills lead the New York Jets by a score of 21-7. Marty Glickman is down the field at the present time, giving an award to a couple of high school kids from the metropolitan area. And certainly we're missing Marty up here in the booth. Barbara Sheehan is sitting here. We're talking with President of the New York Jets, Mr. Bill Isman, and of course with Al Atkinson, the fine middle linebacker who has unfortunately a groin injury and has been out for several weeks now. Mr. Isman, I know a lot of speculation, a lot of rumors are going around about Joe Namath and what his status is with the Jets football team and what his future is in New York City. Do you have any comments at this moment? I know the contract negotiation period hasn't started exactly yet, and so therefore I'm sure it wouldn't be any definite answer.
Well, Larry, it's all premature. There's been no conversation and no discussion about contract. It's all way in the future.
Well, of course, that's what I say. It's exactly that. It's rumors. Now, of course, I don't think, well, from my standpoint, and I know the standpoint of other former team members or team members, Joe's inability to play this year because of injuries, I don't think that in any way detracts from the importance of Joe Namath as quarterback of the New York Jets.
No, unfortunately, he got hurt, Larry. There's nothing you can do about that.
And, of course, you're looking forward, I'm sure, to a very successful season next year with Joe at quarterback and with Al Atkinson, the middle linebacker also.
And don't forget, Larry, our new coach next year, Charlie Winner.
Oh, that's right.
I think he's going to do a great job, and once he's complete charge of everything in football. It's all his responsibility.
Regarding Joe Namath, whether he will leave or what all the speculation is, what actually will the World Football League or Association mean to the NFL? Will this be another sort of a diluting of talent and franchises throughout the country, as in the early days of the AFL and the NFL?
Well, I haven't heard much about it. It's in its organizational stage, and I don't think at this point there's anything to say about it.
Well, Al, of course, I hadn't had your reaction yet to exactly what's happening down on the field today. O.J. Simpson's running for a lot of yards. He has 105 yards at halftime. He's broken the record set by Jimmy Brown several years ago with the Cleveland Browns. But how would you try to defensive edge if you were out there playing this afternoon?
Well, I'll tell you, Larry, if I was a cowboy, I'd go after a lasso. If I was a hunter, I'd use a gun. But he's got everything going for him. He's got a lead, 21-7. He's got a ball control coach, Lou Saban. And they're simply going to come out in the second half, hope to have the ball for maybe 12 minutes, run the ball maybe 30, 35 times, and they're not going to pass it all unless they fall behind. And to do that, Joe's going to have to put the points on the board real quickly.
And also, he's got a rookie quarterback.
And he's been conservative all year. And plus, O.J. is gifted this year with the best offensive line Buffalo has had since the championship years of 64 and 65.
Well, don't you think if you were a young quarterback coming in the National Football League, especially playing with a team like the Buffalo Bills and playing with O.J. Simpson, if I was a quarterback, a young quarterback, I think I'd be prone to give the football more than I would other running backs.
I agree with you, Larry. And, he's gifted right now with, two good running backs. And I'd hate to be a receiver on the Buffalo Bills team.
A blocker?
This year, they're simply a blocker, and when you go in to negotiate, as all receivers do, they like to throw the statistics at the general manager, and of course these poor guys don't have any stats at the end of the year, but I think if they can close out today at 9-5, they all should be given a nice bonus.
Greatly commended. This is Larry Grantham, and I'll be back with our halftime guests, Mr. Bill Isman and Al Atkinson, in just a moment.
Let the friendly people at Protective Loan give you a hand with Christmas shopping this season. Don't let being a bit short of cash spoil this holiday season for your family. Visit a nearby Protective Loan office and help make this Christmas the merriest of holiday seasons. Protective Loan can help you with up to $2,500 in holiday shopping cash and with fast personal one-day service. There's a Protective Loan office near you in Albany at 215 Central Avenue and 11 North Pearl Street, and in Schenectady at 1884 State Street.
Hey, you get could have a soulful rhapsody just by tuning in your radio to Wavy 14 every Saturday night at 9 and every Sunday night at 10, because Son of Soul, Eddie Harris Simpson does his thing. Right there on Wavy 14. Remember, Son of Soul, Saturday night at 9 and Sunday night at 10. Right here on Wavy 14. Wavy 14.
Wavy 14.
I'm Larry Grantham, and at halftime here at Shea Stadium, the score is the Buffalo Bills 21, the New York Jets 7. Our halftime guests have been President of the New York Jets, Mr. Bill Island, and Al Atkinson, former captain, and defensive linebacker for the New York Jets, number 62. I want to thank both of you for coming by and spending a few moments with us. And in our appreciation, a gift for you, a gift for Motorola. Motorola, makers of Quasar color portables and Quasar works in the drawer, color TV consoles, all with Motorola Instamatic color tuning. Thank you both for coming by and chatting with us briefly, and good luck to the Jets, Mr. Island, and of course, Al, good luck to you and whatever your all-season endeavor might be.
Thanks for having us, Larry. Pleasure to be with you
again. Okay, and certainly a happy holiday season to both of you. I'm Larry Grantham, and we'll be back with the second half kickoff in just a moment.
This is Bob Badger, manager of your radio station. The energy crisis is with us for sure, and media of all types are urging all of us to conserve energy. As media, we have responsibility to not only talk about energy conservation, but to participate as best we can ourselves while still fulfilling our public service commitment. WABY has taken the following steps to conserve energy here at the station. WABY has discontinued broadcasting between 1 and 5:30 a.m., except on Friday and Sunday nights. The WABY mobile unit has been scheduled for fewer hours on area highways, searching out news. We feel we can be fully as effective utilizing the telephone. The WABY transmitter adequately covers capital land, utilizing only 1,000 watts of power. And we will keep at that level or less. Some of our competitors utilize 50 times more energy to provide basically the same service. And WABY has stepped up its program of converting from high-energy-consuming vacuum tube-type equipment to low-drain solid-state equipment as supplied by our parent firm, the CCA Electronics Corporation. WABY can say with pride that we consume less energy by far than any other Albany radio station. Thank you for your interest.
Disassembling, leaving the field, and the New York Jets and the Buffalo Bills each are back on the playing surface. Of course, here at halftime, O.J. Simpson has rushed for 105 yards, breaking Jimmy Brown's record in rushing 1,865 yards over the course of one football season. O.J. Simpson now being the leading lifetime, not only the leading rusher in one season, but also the leading ball carrier. Jimmy Brown held that record, too, at 306 carries, and now O.J. Simpson has broken that record here this afternoon. Of course, also along the line of records, O.J. Simpson needs 197 yards this afternoon to go over the 2,000 mark for the year. A 2,000 mark in rushing that's never been accomplished before in the history of professional football. At the present time, as we said, he has 105 yards and looks like he's on his way to the 2,000-yard mark. The snow is gently falling now. It's not really such a snowstorm or a blizzard as we had thought it was early in the contest. But it's still coming down. The playing surface here is almost completely blotted out. The lines that are drawn for the contest this afternoon now being almost completely covered, especially down the grass portion of the field. The infield being a little darker and a little bit easier to see. Well, Marty, welcome back to broadcasting, and I know you did an outstanding job down there on the field, and we had outstanding guests at halftime, which you missed.
Wait till I catch my breath. You know, Larry, we're comfortably ensconced here in the booth. This is quite good. There are no major problems up here in terms of wind and snow. But down there on the field, I didn't realize it. It's really fearful out there. This is a real blizzard. It's blowing and snowing hard. The snow is fairly wet. The field is really a mess out there now. No way you can really have good footing. And just being out there is real tough. The crowd is mostly under the stands right now, as I found out trying to rope and feel my way through.
Well, Marty, also, at one point I don't think we brought up, but should be brought up, You know, the worst part about being out there on an afternoon such as this is during the timeout. You know, when you go out on the field at times, they have TV timeouts, radio timeouts, or an official timeout, or what have you, and you got to stand out there like an idiot and waiting for the action to be resumed, but yet you're still getting colder all at the same time. You know, you got to keep moving around out there to try to keep the circulation going and not to get too cold while you're sitting on the field waiting for the action to get started.
And right now, Burgess Owens and Margene Atkins are waiting underneath that crossbar for this kickoff at the close end of the stadium. Well, I mean, it's rough out there. I didn't realize it was nearly as bad because we say we have this overhang here, and we're fairly comfortable. But out there, exposed to the elements, it's really rugged.
As comfortable as you can be in 29-degree temperature, being outside, even though being slightly exposed outside, and with moisture all around you and the wind blowing sometime on your feet and in your face.
Well, here's Leopold's kickoff now, high and quite deep, way up there, and it's 6 yards in the end zone. It's being run up by Atkins. He fumbles the ball as he runs it out. He's hit down around the 10-yard line, and that's about where he is at the 12. The ball is so wet and the situation is so bad out there that running it out from back of his own goal line, and in mid-stride, he just dropped the football.
Well, that's the kind, though, that sometimes they pick up, run all the way for the touchdown, Marty. I was really disappointed he didn't go all the way on that one. It seems like when that does happen, the defending team kind of relaxes a lot of times, and he breaks it for a long game. But Margene couldn't quite get away that time. He did just drop the football out of sheer moisture or whatever. I don't see Emerson Boozer out there. I see Hank Bajorson. We haven't heard if he's injured or not.
Back to pass on the first play is Namath throwing over the middle, and it's caught by Castor. It bounds loose, and they ruled it a completed pass, good for a first down. The field judge ruling it a completed pass. He went down to the ground, then it was fumbled loose. Castor made the grab, and the ball was blown dead after the recovery, after the catch of the pass. The fumble was recovered by the Bills, but it doesn't count. The fumble doesn't, but the pass does, and they bring it out to about the 28-yard line. Jim Sayinsky made the tackle. So on the very first play, Namath, despite the weather, throws that ball out to the 28. First and 10 at the 28-yard line of the New York Jets. The Jets are trailing Buffalo by a score of 21-7. Hank Bajorson and Mike Adamle are the running backs out of a pro set. Namath takes the snap, steps back, hands off on a draw play to Mike Adamle, hit back of the line of scrimmage and pulled down for a loss. Earl Edwards, again, that defensive right end, number 73, and Jerry Patton, number 77, came up to make the tackle. And it's a 2-yard loss on the play back to the 26-yard line, making it 2nd and 12 at the 26 of the Jets.
And, of course, as we often say in football, position is 90% of it. Earl Edwards had great position on Bob Woods, the offensive tackle. Adamle, there was no hole inside. Adamle tried to dodge it outside, and, of course, Edwards just slid off the block and made the tackle. So if you're in great position, a lot of times you can come up with a great plays.
Well, they correct the calling of the yardage on that last one. It's now 2nd and 14 at the 24, a 4-yard loss. Back to pass is Namath, and 2nd and long, setting up. Throws out to the right side, and it's caught by Eddie Bell, short of a first down by 2 yards. It's up around the 36-yard line. And despite the weather, Joe Namath seems to be firing that ball better in the opening minutes here of the second half than he did in much of the first half.
Well, I think he's going to come out and throw the ball when you're 14 points down. As I said right prior to halftime, there's no better quarterback in the league to have throwing the ball for you to get you back in the ball game than Joe Willie. And, of course, at halftime, he went over the offensive patterns that the coaches in the locker room thought would work, and that's what he's going to at this present time.
It's 3rd and 3 at the 36-yard line of the New York Jets. 3rd and 3, a key play coming up right here. Pro set for the New York Jets. His name is back to pass again. Throws out to the left flat, and it's stopped by Barkum. He had it right in his hands. That time you can see Joe Namath on that quick square out left to Barkum. Threw the ball before Barkum even turned. And as Barkum turned, there it was, but he just couldn't get his hands out quickly enough.
Well, now that was bump and run coverage there, Marty. The cornerback was up on him bumping and running with G. Barkum. And, of course, you drive downfield and you drive deep enough to get that man off of you, away from you, so that you can possibly get wide open on the play, get him going back with a good stride or two, and then cut away from him. Well, the timing looked sloppy on the play because Joe threw the ball and Barkum turned around as the ball almost got to it.
It's 4th and 3 in our punt formation. The kick high and fairly deep, and it's being taken once again by Bill Cahill. Cahill hit down immediately this time by Cliff McLean of the Jets. The ball is at the 33 of the Buffalo Bills. So it's 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line of the Buffalo Bills. The Bills are out in front by a score of 21-7. O.J. Simpson picked up 105 yards, as I recall, in the first half.
He sure did. And talking about running backs, we just received word that Emerson Bruiser has received a bruised right thigh. Now, I don't know exactly where he stands in his rushing attempts to catch the rushing record for the New York Jets record. That is, Matt Snell, I think, holds the record, and Boozer was pushing him quite closely prior to game time, but he is injured, probably won't see action the rest of the game.
Here's 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. Joe Ferguson, the quarterback. Hands off to Braxton. Braxton drives up the middle on a straight power play, goes right up to the 40-yard line as he picks up 7 yards. John Ebersole and Ralph Baker combine to stop him at the 40. So it'll be 2nd and 3 at the 40-yard line of the Buffalo Bills. The Bills are out in front in this ball game by a score of 21-7. We have some corrected figures for O.J. in that first half. He carried 19 times. These figures are now official. 19 carries in the first half for 108 yards. Of course, all he needed was 61 yards to break the record set by the great Jimmy Brown. So he's well past that mark. He has yet to carry here in the second half. He needs 89 yards for 2,000 yards on the season. It's 2nd and 3 at the 40-yard line. Chandler comes in motion to the right side. Braxton in front of O.J. Simpson. The handoff goes to Braxton again. He drives up the middle, has the first down, keeps pulling forward and driving for 7 yards before he stops up to the 47-yard line. Bill Ferguson and Phil Wise finally stop him, but he's picked up another first down for the Buffalo Bills in 2 smashes by the big fullback. He goes from the 33 up to the 47 of the Buffalo Bills. 14 yards and 2 7-yard carries.
And I'm sure glad you corrected those yardage for O.J. because we've been giving him a little less credit than he deserved because we gave him credit for 105 yards and it was 108 yards. And we do appreciate the correction because he's a fine gentleman and he needs those 3 yards.
It's 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line of the Buffalo Bills. The Bills are leading in the football game by a score of 21-7. 4 minutes are gone in this second half. Chandler comes in motion on the right side. The handoff goes to O.J. Simpson. He drives off left tackle and goes for 1 yard. That's all. Up to the 48-yard line where John Little throws him back. And going and limping now is Reggie McKenzie, that fine guard who leads so many of the plays for O.J. Simpson. McKenzie stays in the lineup, though. The ball is at the 48-yard line. It's 2nd and 9 at the 48-yard line.
We see Joe Ferguson. It seems like every play that he's close to the Bill bench, he comes over here and chats briefly with Coach Lou Saban about the play that's forthcoming. So even though they're not shuffling players in and out and calling all the plays, I think that a lot of the plays are coming from the Buffalo Bill bench.
It's 2nd and 9 at the 48-yard line of the Buffalo Bills. The Bills are leading in the ball game 21-7. Ferguson goes back to pass on 2nd down, setting up now plenty of time. Throws out to the right side, and it's caught by Chandler at the 40. He runs along the near sideline. He's losing 1 man, and he's finally knocked out of bounds at about the 18-yard line, 16-yard line it is, of the New York Jets. Plenty of time that time for Ferguson to throw that ball, and Chandler made the grab. He eluded 1 man until Ralph Baker finally pulled him down from the side at the 16-yard line, where it's 1st and 10 at the 16 of the Jets.
And, of course, the Jets were in a zone defense that time. They weren't up there bumping and running. They were just in the regular zone. And he put the tight end out and hooked him, attracting Burgess Owens, the strong safety who had the short, flat area. And, of course, when he was attracted for the tight end, it left Bob Chandler underneath and open to the outside. And, of course, Chandler just to lose the tackle and turn it upfield for a long game.
It's 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line. Chandler now flanked wide out to the left side. They're driving in towards the closed end of Shea Stadium. Joe Ferguson, the quarterback of the ball club. He takes it, and he hands off to Braxton. Braxton drives it the middle again, and he goes for about 4 yards on the play down to about the 12-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 6 at the 12. Ralph Baker, Burgess Owens, and Phil Wise combine to stop him. This Jim Braxton is quite a football player and having quite a good day, too. O.J. used only once thus far in the second half on this drive. This drive began on the 33 of the Buffalo Bills and now down to the 12-yard line of the New York Jets.
And at halftime, of course, the Jets had to talk about defense and O.J. Simpson. They didn't have to talk about defense and Braxton quite as much. So therefore, I think Coach Saban's doing a wise thing and letting Braxton carry the ball because they should be keying on the Jets should be keying on O.J. Simpson.
It's a wing T out of the I formation. And now peeling off to the right side comes Chandler. The handoff goes to O.J. He drives off his own left guard. Breaks down on the clear momentarily. Goes down to about the 6-yard line. And he may have the first down. The series began at the 16. He's down near the 6-yard line. And it's the first down. They place the ball down right close to the 5-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal to go about 5 yards out. Dick Neal, John Little, and Phil Wise combine to stop O.J. But not until after O.J. picked up some 6 yards more. So he has 7 yards thus far, unofficially, in the second half. Ted Coy comes in at tight end, replacing J.D. Hill, the wide end, on the short yardage situation. It's 1st and goal to go at the 5-yard line of the New York Jets. The Jets are trailing in the ball game 21-7. Chandler flanks right out to the left side. The rest of the ball club is tight. I formation in the backfield. Braxton in front of O.J. Simpson. And now they go into a side-by-side set. Man in motion comes to the right side. Chandler is in motion, still running. And the handoff goes to O.J. driving off his own left guard, cuts back inside and goes to the 3-yard line. He's up to the 3. John Ebersole makes the tackle. It'll be second and goal to go, about 3 yards out from the New York Jets goal line. The Jets are trailing in the ball game 21-7. They have to hold here to stay within range of these Buffalo Bills.
And, of course, you see the New York Jets now trying to move their defenses around. They think that some of the plays may be coming in, so they change their defense right prior to snap the ball. But, of course, if Ferguson comes up with a quick count and catches them while they're moving, it's really going to be trouble because O.J. will be in the end zone before they get their defenses set.
Again, it's a tight wing tee. The backs are side by side, Braxton and O.J. Second and goal to go on the 3-yard line. Ferguson calls signals. Peeling off to the left this time goes Chandler. The hand goes to Braxton. He drives off left guard. Goes right to the goal line, but not in. He's about a foot or so shy from the goal line. Ferguson and Ebersole stop him. It'll be third and goal to go, about a yard out. Driving in towards the closed end of Shea Stadium. There are great big patches of open seats here in Shea now. At halftime, when I was down on the field and making my way to the field, there were thousands and thousands of spectators under the stands getting out from under in the cold and the damp of the snow today. It's third goal to go at the 1-yard line. Third and goal at the 1. 21-7, Buffalo leads, and they're threatening to score again. Third and goal. The New York Jets defense digs in. Chandler flanks to the left side. The rest of the team is tight. Third and goal on the 1. Now Chandler comes in motion to the right, running back of his lineman. Still running. And Ferguson hands off to Braxton and goes in for the touchdown. Braxton goes off the middle and goes in for the score. And it's now 27-7, Buffalo over the New York Jets. One of the combinations for Buffalo to get into the playoffs, one of the outside chances they have, is that they were required to score at least 22 points. Well, now they've scored 27 points. And they must hold the Jets to less than 17. And, of course, thus far they've held them to 7. There are all kinds of combinations and convolutions of what can happen to the other teams before the Buffalo Bills can get into the playoffs. But they had to get at least 22 points, and they've done that already. And they had to win the ball game as well.
It looks like they're doing that pretty handily, too, Marty.
Here's the point after attempt coming up right now. Lee Pole will kick it. Chandler will hold. Signals being called. The ball is snapped, placed down, and kicked, and it's through there. So there's a timeout on the field. The score, the Buffalo Bills 28 down the New York Jets 7.
When you think about it, leather has become an important part of today's scene, especially in the clothing men are wearing. And so has another kind of leather men wear, English leather toiletries. English leather fits the way lots of men live, and women love that clean, honest scent. That's why so many women give their men English leather. Everything from English leather aftershave to body towels. English leather's handsome gift sets are in fine stores all over town, so tell her you wear English leather or nothing at all.
When you take a medicine, you should follow label directions. But some people have excuses.
Who can read labels in the middle of the night?
A tablespoon's gotta work faster than a teaspoon.
I can't waste time. Jimmy's crying.
Sorry, there is no excuse. The label tells you what it's for, how much to take, and when to take it. Read the label directions. Medicines can't help you if you don't take them right. From the Council on Family Health.
Wavy 14.
This is Marty Glickman with Larry Grantham speaking to you from Shea Stadium on the occasion of the last football game of the year involving the New York Jets. They trail the Buffalo Bills by a score of 28-7 with 6 minutes and 25 seconds remaining in this third period. All kinds of records being set by O.J. Simpson and the Buffalo Bills as well. I'll tell you about that Bill record in just a moment. Lee Pole ready to kick off once again for the Buffalo Bills. Atkins and Owens in twin safeties at the goal line for the kickoff. Here's the boot, high and quite deep, coming down 2 yards in the end zone. Fumbling it in there is Burgess Owens, and now he does not run it out. He touches the knee down, indicating the automatic touchback. These Buffalo Bills had to rush for 177 yards in order to break the Miami Dolphins' all-time NFL record for yardage rushed by a team during a season set last year. Well, they've surpassed that mark thus far in the ballgame. They've rushed for more than 177 yards, so they have the all-time rushing record for one season in the NFL, the Buffalo Bills. And, of course, you know about O.J.'s marks already. So it's 1st and 10 now for the New York Jets at the 20-yard line. Joe Namath going all the way. Slot formation on the right side. Running backs of Bajorquin and Adamley. Emerson Boozer hit in the first half. A bruised thigh. Namath throwing on first down. Deep down on the right side. And it's caught by Barkum. Barkum drives past midfield. Goes for 45 with the Buffalo Bills. A deep pattern run by G. Barkum. Going from the outside down the far sideline and cutting deep over the middle. And Joe Namath throwing a line drive bullet. He was tackled by Bob James, number 20 of the Buffalo Bills, at the 45-yard line of the Bills. Big play for New York. They picked up 35 yards on the first down to the 45 of the Bills.
And a lot of football is rhythm, Marty, and I believe Joe has caught the rhythm of the Buffalo Bills in the fact that they're in a man-to-man coverage most times on first down. That time he caught him single covering G. Barkum with Bob James. And, of course, James is a fine cornerback, but he just didn't cover Barkum all the way down the field on that one.
Back to pass his name is looking to throw. Now he throws over the middle, and it's caught by Kent. Oh, it's stopped. In and out of the arms of Rich Cassidy. He was hit immediately when the ball got to him. Hit high and hard by Dick Lewis, and it's an incomplete pass. So it'll be 2nd and 10 at the 45-yard line of the Buffalo Bills. The New York Jets are trailing in the ball game 28-7. But Namath does have the facility to bring that ball club back with one big play.
And, of course, there it looked like that Richard Castor was the secondary receiver. G. Barkum looked like was called on a little out pattern. But G. Barkum didn't turn around quite as quick as Joe wanted to throw the football, so he went to Castor in an ad-lib type situation and threw the ball behind him, so it was a tough catch.
Slot formation on the right side. Once again, this is the same formation that he completed the pass to Barkum on. Barkum goes downfield on the pass play, and Namath is caught back of the line of scrimmage and thrown for a loss. And do we get that big donation?
I don't believe so. I believe that was number 71 that attacked him back there, Mike Kadish, back behind the line of scrimmage. So, in fact, we got to have Walt Patulski, the only guy on the Buffalo Bills defensive line that can collect that money for those victims of multiple sclerosis back in Buffalo. So, hopefully, for the benefit of the people up there, at least he'll get one sack this afternoon.
Well, it's 3rd and 18 as a result of an 8-yard loss. 3rd and 18 at the 47-yard line of the Jets. Flank wide to the right side is Eddie Bell. Split wide left is G. Barkum. Pro set. Adam Lee and DeJorklin in the backfield going back to pass his name. Setting up now, looking downfield and throwing deep. Way downfield to Barkum, and it is incomplete. Almost intercepted by Bob James. He had both hands on it, and he could not hold on to the ball as he and Barkum went down to the ground.
Well, now that was a 3rd down play, and they did double cover G. Barkum. So it wasn't any secret to the play. Joe went back. He thought it was single coverage. He just cut loose with the ball downfield. But unfortunately, G. Barkum was double covered with a safety coming over to cover him and almost had to intercept him.
Here's some further scores. In the 3rd quarter, Minnesota 17, the New York Giants nothing. In the 2nd period, Kansas City 13, San Diego 3. In the 3rd quarter, Washington 24, Philadelphia 13. In the 2nd quarter, Green Bay 7, Chicago Bears nothing. Punt formation now, Julian Fagan standing back on his own 38-yard line, moves forward and gets the kick away. It's a high floater way up there, and it's caught now by Sonny Walker. Walker starts to his left, cuts back to the right, then he's tipped up and down by 3 of the Jets. Back on the 16, 17-yard line. Another score in the 3rd period, Atlanta 14, New Orleans nothing. Here at Shea Stadium, the New York Jets are trailing by a score of 28-7 as a timeout call. The score: the Buffalo Bills 28, the New York Jets 7. We'll take a 60-second jet break for this announcement.
Pepperality. Chrysler's in Plymouth for 74. Ted Pepper, Route 9 in Latham sells Pepperality. If it's 74 new car time for you, don't knock yourself out running around. Pepperality means low 74 pepper price. High pepper trade-in plus low pepper down payment. Pepperality, we can tell you, we can show you. But until you buy, you can't try Pepperality. Head for the home of Pepperality. Ted Pepper, Chrysler Plymouth, Route 9 Latham, Pepperality.
The most expensive part of an illness comes after you get out of the hospital, when you're laid up at home and unable to work. And that's why you should check into disability income insurance from Mutual of Omaha. This plan can pay for a covered sickness or accident while you're hospitalized or while you're recuperating at home until you're back on your feet again. For information, call J.J. Kearns, your Mutual of Omaha representative, at 489-7421. Ask about health insurance that can pay at home, too. From the people you can count on at Mutual of Omaha. J.J. Kearns Agency, 792 Central Avenue, Albany. Phone 489-7421.
First and 10 at the 17-yard line. The handoff goes to Braxton. He drives up the middle and goes for 4 yards before he stopped at the 21-yard line. Straight ahead power smash by Jim Braxton has done quite a job for the Buffalo Bills today, not only carrying the ball, but leading the way for O.J. Simpson as well. It's going to be 2nd and 6 at the 21 of the Buffalo Bills. 4 minutes and 55 seconds to go in this 3rd quarter. The Buffalo Bills are out in front by a score of 28-7. They've dominated the ball game except for one long scoring pass by Joe Namath, good for 48 yards. Chandler goes in motion to the left side, running back of his lineman, still in motion. Now the handoff goes to O.J. Simpson. A trap from the middle. He drives up for 1 yard and he stopped. At the 22, maybe the 23-yard line, 2 yards on the play. John Ebersole made the tackle. It'll be 3rd and 4 at the 23-yard line. The snow has let up. I believe that it's beginning to rain a little bit now. Perhaps a combination of rain, sleet, and snow. We don't see these swirling flakes any longer, as we did throughout the first half of the ball game and well before the game started. But there's some kind of a droplet coming down, a combination of rain, sleet, and snow, as he said. Now it's 3rd and 4 at the 23-yard line of the Buffalo Bills. They're out in the outfield, driving in towards the closed end of Shea Stadium. Ferguson takes the snap back, hands off to Braxton again, and drives up the middle once more, and he may have enough for the first down. It's going to be very, very close. He had to get over the 25 to the 27-yard line. The series began on the 17, and he's very close to the 27-28. They're going to measure on this one. And they signal a first down. Oh, they signal a first down. That's what it is. Up to the 28-yard line. So it's 1st and 10 at the 28.
And I got a hunch from here out through the rest of the afternoon, we're going to see a lot of this type football by Buffalo. They're going to grind it out, keep it on the ground, and try to keep this clock running, keep it moving, and get this game over with now. So they're going to try to keep the ball away from Joe Namath also, because they know he has the ability to come back.
1st and 10 at the 28-yard line of the Buffalo Bills. Again, Chandler comes in motion. Runs right along behind the offensive lineman, keeps in motion. Now the hand goes to O.J. Simpson trying to swing right. He's shot back of the line of scrimmage and thrown for a loss. A 3-yard loss on the play, back to the 25-yard line. Burgess Owens, strong safety, and Bill Ferguson, the rookie linebacker, combining to stop him.
And I think that's one time of going to the well once too often, Marty, because they've used that play quite successfully all afternoon. They motioned Chandler away from the play, hand the ball off to O.J. going back to the tight end side. Burgess Owens came across fast and made the play turn back to the inside and also helped make the tackle. And Bill Ferguson just scooted out there from his right linebacker position, had position out there waiting for it, and just dropped O.J. for the loss.
Now it's a flank and feet to the right side. They shift into a side-by-side set in the backfield. The running backs are Braxton and Simpson. And the header goes to O.J. trying to swing wide on a power speed. Cuts in off the tackle, drives upfield, goes up to the 30-yard line and to the 31. He stops at the 31-yard line. He picks up 6 yards. It'll be 3rd and 7 at the 31. And as you indicate, Larry, they're keeping the ball on the ground, running it off the tackles, up the middle by Braxton, outside by O.J. Simpson. Tackle that time made by Ralph Baker and John Ebersole. John Elliott also in on the play. Ball placed down at the 32-yard line, makes it 3rd and 6 at the 32.
And, of course, this is a tough situation for any of the New York Jets players. No matter what happens this afternoon, they're not going anywhere except home now. It's either 4 and 10 on the season or 5 and 9. And snowy afternoon, the last game of the season. Boy, it's tough mentally to try to get ready to play this football game.
Well, it's 3rd and 6 at the 32. Ferguson looking over the defense. Calling signals, takes the snap, hands off to O.J. O.J. drives off right tackle. He breaks down in the clear along the near sideline. A man as he cuts back inside, and Burgess Owens pulls him down from behind as he cuts back inside of Early Thomas. A fine run by O.J. Simpson. He drives down to about the 47-yard line of the New York Jets. Boy, that Reggie McKenzie let him upfield, and he really hid behind McKenzie until he made that cut.
One point I'd like to make, Marty, and I believe you might have seen it too, as we both watched the play on our side of the field. As O.J. scooted up the sideline, one man was coming from the left side of the field from O.J.'s blind spot, Early Thomas. And, of course, inadvertently, O.J. cut back trying to get away from Early Thomas and did elude him. But it's almost like a guy having eyes in the back of his head. Did you see the move he put on to get away from Early Thomas as he came across and make him cut back?
It was fantastic, and on this wet, sloppy field as well. 1st and 10 at the 42, a 26-yard run on the last play. The handoff goes to Braxton. He pulls up the middle like a tank. He just lowered his head, and 243 pounds came pulling right up the middle. A fine block from Mike Montler, his center, in front of him. And he picked up about 6 yards, or 7 yards on the play. Down to about the 35-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 3 at the 35 as the gun sounds ending the 3rd quarter. That's the end of the 3rd quarter with a score. The Buffalo Bills 28, the New York Jets 7. Let's take a 60-second jet break for this announcement.
Pepperality. Chrysler's and Plymouth's for 74. Ted Pepper, Route 9 in Latham sells Pepperality. If it's 74 new car time for you, don't knock yourself out running around. Pepperality means low 74 Pepper price. High Pepper trade-in plus low Pepper down payment. Pepperality, we can tell you, we can show you. But until you buy, you can't try Pepperality. Head for the home of Pepperality. Ted Pepper, Chrysler Plymouth, Route 9 Latham, Pepperality.
Hey, Jay. You can have a soulful laughter just by tuning in your radio to Wavy 14 every Saturday night at 9 and every Sunday night at 10, because Son of Soul, Eddie Harris Simpson does his thing. Right there on Wavy 14. Remember, Son of Soul, Saturday night at 9 and Sunday night at 10. Right here on Wavy 14.
With Larry Grantham, I'm Marty Glickman, speaking to you from Shea Stadium in New York City as the New York Jets are trailing the Buffalo Bills 28-7. O.J. Simpson has 147 yards already. If he runs for 197 yards in this ball game, he'll be the first man in football history to reach 2,000 yards. 2,000 yards in one season. He already has broken Jimmy Brown's record. He needed 61 yards to break the record. He has 147 yards already today.
WABY, Sports Radio 14, Albany.
1 year, Marty. Hey, that's right. I never thought of it that way, Larry, but that is a mighty good way of putting it. Two backs that are 1,000 yards each, like, let's say, MacArthur Lane and John Brockington.
Right.
All rolled into one, a fellow named O.J. Simpson.
Zonka and Mercury Morris.
Yep.
I think they did it last year, and now O.J. Simpson's going to do it on his own. It looks like if he has a kind of fourth quarter he's had so far, and the other 3 quarters this afternoon.
Well, it's 2nd and 4 at the 37-yard line of the Jets. The handoff goes to Braxton again. He drives up the middle, breaks down to the clear for the moment, gets the first down, and Morgan is down to the 25-yard line and keeps driving to about the 23-yard line. Burgess Owens and Dallas Howell finally stop him. And here in the second half, it looks like all desire. That's the difference between these two ball clubs. The New York Jets, I think, are playing out the string right now. Those Buffalo Bills are going for all the marbles.
Well, I think you said it exactly right, Marty. It's a lot of difference than having your bags packed, even hopefully to go to a playoff game, and having your bags packed to go home after ball games ended this afternoon.
Buffalo Bill Ball Club is playing first-rate football. 1st and 10 at the 23. They already have set a rushing record for the National Football League in this ball game, over 177 yards. Handoff goes to O.J. trying to circle the left end. He's got blockers in front. He drives downfield along the near sideline, and he's not got a bounds at the 16-yard line. He picks up 7 yards. Bill Ferguson driving him out of bounds. It'll be 2nd and 3 at the 16. Again, those two big guards, Reggie McKenzie and Joe Delanalure. Delanalure is just a rookie out of Michigan State. McKenzie, a second-year man out of Michigan. They'll be around a long time, Larry.
Unless injuries force them out, they surely will, Marty. But one other sidelight that I think is a distinct possibility. I've been around this Jets football team ever since Joe Namath's been the quarterback here. I can't remember a year that the Buffalo Bills beat a Joe Namath, even a Joe Namath on the squad team twice in 1 year. I don't believe it's happened over the course of Joe's career here with the Jets.
Well, it's 28-7 Buffalo, and they're driving now. The Bills are 2nd and 3 at the 16-yard line of the New York Jets. Man in motion is Chandler going to the right side. Ferguson takes the snap. He gives off to the big fullback Braxton again, who spins away and goes down to the 10-yard line. He's got the first down. He picks up 6 yards. John Elliott made the tackle at the 10. Let's see where they place that ball down. It's 1st and goal at the 10-yard line. That's what it is.
But maybe the backs have better footing out there than the linebackers.
It's 1st and goal to go at the 10-yard line. I formation in the backfield. Braxton in front of O.J. Simpson. Ferguson calling signals out of the wing T. The handoff goes to O.J. Swinging right around the left side. He goes for 2 yards down to the 8-yard line. It's 2nd and goal to go at the 8 as Burgess Owens led the drive. Bill Ferguson helping out as well. One of the bright spots for the New York Jets this year has been Burgess Owens, that fine rookie from Miami. Another 2 yards, 156 yards we have unofficially, 156 yards for O.J. Simpson.
Boy, what an afternoon's work, but you did say Burgess Owens was a bright spot. He's a rookie out of the University of Miami, 6'2", 200 pounds, strong safety. And I would say that he has a long career ahead of him also, Marty. He's had a terrific year. He can play cornerback, free safety, or strong safety, but he settled down to strong safety and has played there all year long and has done a real fine job.
It's 2nd and goal to go at the 8-yard line of the New York Jets. The Buffalo Bills in possession. The handoff goes to Braxton. He drives down the middle, pulls away, veers down to the 3-yard line. He stopped at the 3. Tackled by Ralph Baker on the play at the 3-yard line. Again, he was stopped about a yard past the line of scrimmage. He spun and pulled away, veered off to the right, and went down to the 3-yard line, picking up an additional 4 yards. 3rd and goal on the 3-yard line of the New York Jets. The Buffalo Bills started this drive back on their own 17-yard line, and here they are down to the 3-yard line of the Jets. 3rd goal to go.
Well, those Jets got to now really gear up and try to keep them out of that end zone. I think that Ralph Becker, the defensive captain, will be talking with each one of his linemen. They're trying to pat them on the rear end and tell them to get on in there. You know, we've got to stop them here down at the goal line. We've got to have some pride left there if the ball game's over.
Third and goal to go on the 3. The two running backs are side by side. The handoff goes to O.J. Drives inside his own left tackle, and he stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain. No gain on the play. Good play by Bill Ferguson, number 58, the outside linebacker, that rookie from San Diego State. Now they're going to go for a field goal attempt. Here's John Leopold running out on the field. It's 4th and goal to go at the 3. As of right now, O.J. Simpson has 156 yards. He's broken Jimmy Brown's record. And the Buffalo Bill offensive unit has broken the Miami Dolphins rushing record for a single season's play. And O.J. also has broken the record for the number of carries in the course of a single season, also held by Jimmy Brown. O.J. for the Bills.
That just means that all the Jets are going to the record books, and it's not a real happy occasion when you get your name in the record books, such as the Jets are going to do this afternoon.
12-yard field goal attempt. The angle to the right. The kick is up, and it is good. It's good. As the timeout on the field, the score. The Buffalo Bills 30, the New York Jets 7.
I did a little combo munch, peanut brittle candy bars. I've got peanuts by the bunch. They've got a fistful of peanuts in every bar for you to munch. A fistful of peanuts in buttery Bristol makes a much peanut brittle bar great. It's just the nuttiest candy bar a fella ever ate.
Combo Munch is what's different about peanut brittle. It's made with peanuts, less brittle. Munch starts with crunchy roasted peanuts, a whole fistful of them. Then we add rich, buttery brittle. Peanut heaven. Combo Munch. A fistful of peanuts in buttery brittle.
In every bar makes a much peanut brittle bar great. It's just the nuttiest candy bar a fella ever ate.
There's a fistful of peanuts and buttery brittle.
Wavy 14.
With Larry Grantham, I'm Marty Glickman. And the latter of the two doesn't add very well. The score is 31-7.
And Syracuse training.
Oh, well. Have to live with this Mississippi draw.
Well, we've got a few minutes here before the kickoff, Marty. I want to tell you it's really been a pleasure for me to be up here with you this year and not down on this snow-covered field getting run over by the Braxton and O.J. Simpson. And you have been most generous to me and most kind throughout the whole year.
You mean,
publicly, I want to say thank you to you, our producer, WR Radio, and everybody we work with throughout the course of the year.
Larry Grantham, you know what you just said. You'd rather be up here than being knocked aside by Jim Braxton and O.J. Simpson. I thank you. Here's the kickoff, a low bounding kick taken by Margene Atkins. He runs into Burgess Owens, but keeps on running up to the 15 and is hit high and hard and down around the 17, 18-yard line. Well, Larry, at this stage of the season, the final game, the final broadcast, last half of the game, the last quarter, just about 10 minutes and 45 seconds to go in the game. It's time to say so long until next year for so many of us. I know your first year in the broadcast booth. I hope you enjoyed it. And as I said earlier, you came in a longer way in 1 year of broadcasting than any man I've ever worked with. Of course, you had a longer way to go, Larry.
Thank you, Marty. I certainly appreciate that. And prior to getting down to the locker room, I want to wish everybody that's tuned in a happy holiday season and the best for everybody in the coming new year.
Thank you, Larry. Slot formation to the right side. First and 10 on the 17. Namath going down to the end. Throws deep down to the left side. To Castor. It's up off his chest as two men leap high in the air. Castor and the man defending against him, Ernie Kellerman. It hit off the chest of Rich Castor and fell incomplete. Tough catch under any circumstances. Both men leaping high in the air for it.
Hey, I just saw something happen out there. You know, a lot of big fans have been throwing snowballs down in the Jets huddle and in the Buffalo Bills huddle. Joe Namath turned around and picked up a snowball and threw it back in the stands. He wanted to show that his arm's still okay.
Unpredictable Joe Namath. Colorful, exciting, temperamental. He's all those things. Slot formation on the right side. Split left end, Castor. Handoff goes out on the enemy, drives up the middle, breaks down on the cliff. The ball keeps going, goes up to the 28-yard line before he stops. He's got the first down. That's another bright spot for the New York Jets, I thought, this year, the play of Mike Adamley.
He has had a pretty good year, Marty, and as you've often called him, a twisting, squirming, I don't know all the adjectives, but he does get that additional yardage some way. He breaks out from behind those big linemen, and, of course, the defensive team at times has a hard time seeing him. And when they finally see him, he's already passed him. You get one hand on him, and you don't bring him down. So He's had a good year. I think a lot of the Jets have had good years, and we're proud for him, even though the record doesn't reflect the years that some of them have had.
Slot formation, the split left end as well. Going back to pass the Namath out to the left flat, and it's dropped. We say nice things about Mike Adamle. You see what happens.
Well, we'll be quiet from now on.
He threw a quick pass over the left flat. He was looking for Rich Castor deep downfield. Castor was covered. He threw to the left flat, and I think that Mike took his eyes off the ball just before it got to him. So it makes it 2nd and 10 at the 28-yard line of the New York Jets. The Jets are trailing Buffalo 31-7 with 9 minutes and 54 seconds remaining in this game, and the Bills have achieved all the records they sought for except one, and that is 2,000 yards over one season for O.J. Simpson. He still needs something like, 41 yards.
And you got to admire Joe Namath. He's still throwing the football. They're behind 31-7. Last game of the season, he can hand the ball off the running back and say, you get it, but no, he's throwing the ball. I like that.
2nd and 10 at the 28-yard line. He throws out to the left side. Deflected at the last moment. Waiting downfield was Rich Castor for it. Deflected by Jim Chayunsky just before it got to Rich Castor on a deep button hook. And one of the Jets and one of the...
Dave Herman and Walt Patelsky.
That's right. Dave Herman and Walt Patelsky, they're square off against each other for just a moment. They're separated, and no punches are thrown. It'll be 3rd and 10 at the 28-yard line.
And admiration for Joe for throwing the ball, yes. Admiration for his judgment out there on the field, I certainly have, because he didn't go up there and try to break up Dave Herman and Walt Patelsky when they were kind of scuffling there. He stood back and watched.
Hey, here's a happy note. Emerson Boozer is back in the lineup for the New York Jets.
No, I believe that's David Knight out there, Marty. It's 82 to 32. David Knight came in at running back spot, and now he's out wide. They're going to have 4 receivers up on that line of scrimmage. Joe's really going to crank up and throw that ball.
That's right, only one deep back, Hank Bajorquin. Signals are being called out of a double wing formation. Back to pass, his name is setting up and throwing out to the left side, and it's wide for David Knight, incomplete. So it'll be 4th and 10 at the 28-yard line. Emerson Boozer did not come back into the lineup. He went out late in the first half with a bruised thigh. And David Knight came into the lineup, went downfield, the pass was thrown wide for him. Now the Jets are forced to punt. 4th and 10 at the 28-yard line. And there are 9 minutes and 42 seconds to go in the game, and now it's beginning to rain. And the snow is all gone in terms of it falling. It's down there on the field, of course. But it's raining now, and sleeting as well.
And the fans are starting to move out continuously. I think that play, David Knight was supposed to go to the outside. He cut across the middle, and Joe threw the ball to the outside, so there wasn't any chance of completing it.
Here's the punt by Fagan, fairly short, and it's taken by Walker. Walker starts to his right, lose one man, drives upfield, and he stopped at about the 42-yard line. So the Buffalo Bills take over. Let's see if O.J. is out there. Yes, he is. O.J. Simpson runs out, number 32. Time is taken. The score, the Buffalo Bills 31, the New York Jets 7. Let's take a 60-second jet break for this announcement.
Pepperality. Chrysler's and Plymouth's for 74. Ted Pepper, Route 9 at Latham sells Pepperality. If it's 74 new car time for you, don't knock yourself out running around. Pepperality means low 74 Pepper price. High Pepper trade-in plus low Pepper down payment. Pepperality, we can tell you, we can show you. But until you buy, you can't try Pepperality. Head for the home of Pepperality. Ted Pepper, Chrysler, Plymouth, Route 9 Latham, Pepperality.
Hello, I have just about 30 seconds to show you or your company just one way to make your savings work as hard as you do. It's a savings plan at Central Savings. At CS&L, our 5.25% passbook accounts earn an effective rate of 5.47%. Commercial banks pay less, so your money doesn't work as hard with them or grow as fast. Savings plans from Central Savings. The more you know about money, the better for us. Member FSLIC.
WABY, Sports Radio 14 Albany, home of the New York Jets.
It's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line of the Buffalo Bills. A handoff to O.J. Simpson trying to swing wide. He makes a turn outside. He's driving downfield. Cuts back inside. He's down to the 40-yard line of the Jets and finally pulled down to the 38-yard line of the New York Jets. Another fine run by O.J. Simpson. It looked as though he might break it all the way, but he was headed to the sideline. Cut back to the inside until he was pulled down by Phil Wise, Burgess Owens, and Dallas Howell. Down to the 38-yard line of the New York Jets. Let's see, 8 and 12, 20 yards on the play. He has 176 yards on the day thus far on unofficial total.
And almost one more of those 20-yard runs will give him that 2,000-yard mark, and what an achievement. I like O.J. Simpson. I like his style. I believe he signed on for the full season and not just 13 games. He's really playing a football game this afternoon.
1st and 10 at the 38 of the New York Jets. Ahead of again O.J. He drives up the middle, stop. No gain on the play at the 38-yard line. Good tackle made there by Bill Ferguson of the Jets, number 58. Hey, we'll hear a good deal about Ferguson, I think, in the seasons to come. He started slowly because of an injury and illness at the beginning of the year, and he came on strong to nail down that right linebacker spot for the Jets.
And now we see Steve Thompson out there, defensive right end in place of John Elliott. Ed Gallagher, of course, is another bright spot of the Jets. He hadn't been playing much all year because he's been injured. So you take Ferguson, Atkinson, Gallagher, and all these injuries. Chris Fairsophus missed half the year. You know, you put them all together, it adds up to a fourth season.
It's 2nd and 10 on the 38 of the New York Jets. The Buffalo Bills in possession of the ball. That pitch out goes to O.J. He swings wide, cuts down the sideline, and is not got a bounce at the 40-yard line. He picks up at the 30-yard line. He picks up 8 yards more. Bill Wise makes the tackle at the 30-yard line as he picked up 8 yards on the play. It'll be 3rd and 2 at the 30 of the New York Jets. 184 yards on the day thus far. Fantastic running of O.J. Simpson, and that field is really rugged out there. It's as bad a football field as I've stepped on, and I stepped on it at halftime. It was really slushy, wet, snowy, just about everything a football field ought not to be.
And, of course, O.J. Simpson, though, no matter what the field, he does it all the time. He swings the play inside, no hole. He swings it to the outside. If it's no hole outside, he'll cut it back, dodging darts, and he makes some yards. He hadn't been hurt many times today on loss of yardage either.
3rd and 2 at the 30-yard line. Braxton takes it, goes up the middle, got the first down. He got 5 yards on the play. He needed 2. He picked up 5 down to the 25-yard line. It's 1st and 10 at the 25. O.J. Simpson unofficially with 184 yards. If he goes for 197 for the day, he will have reached 2,000 yards in 1 year. Nobody has ever approached that except the great Jimmy Brown, whose record already was beaten by O.J. today. Brown's old mark was 1,863. Closer and closer comes O.J. Simpson. It's 1st and 10 at the 25. He has 184. He needs 13 yards more. They're calling for the juice. There's a pitch out to the juice now. He runs off left tackle, makes the turn upfield, picks up 5 yards more, down to the 20-yard line. These are unofficial totals I'm giving you now. I'm just rattling them off as play develops here, and the official figures could be a yard or 2 difference, of course, in mine. Bill Wise makes the tackle after a 5-yard gain. It's 2nd and 5 at the 20-yard line of the New York Jets. And the lights are being turned on now. 189 yards more. 189 yards on the day. 8 yards more for O.J. Simpson. He's got 2,000.
Well, Marty, I'll tell you, I'm going to have to leave the booth in a moment now to go down to the locker room, but I'd like to congratulate O.J. and, of course, the Buffalo Bills team. And, of course, say thank you again to everybody involved, and it's been a great year for me.
2nd and 5 at the 20-yard line. Forgive me, Larry, for getting back to this ball game as quickly. O.J. carries. He drives downfield, goes for 6-7 yards. He may have 2,000 right now. Unofficially, our totals show that he's right about the 2,000-yard mark right now. He went from the 20-yard line then to the 14-yard line, 6 yards on the play. He's got over 2,000 yards.
He's got to take him out of that line of bounds, let somebody else go in.
2,000 yards for O.J. Wow! We saw history made.
He don't want to come out there, Marty. He wants to stay in there.
That's right. They're practically carrying him off the field. They're dragging him off the field. They're lifting him to their shoulders, and he's being carried off the field on the shoulders of his teammates. What a sight. The entire squad has run out on the field, and they've carried O.J. off the field on their shoulders. O.J. Simpson with more than 2,000 yards.
Well, I'd like to sit and rant with you now about the difference with O.J. Simpson and Jimmy Brown, Marty, but we don't have time, and I don't want to detract from the moment. O.J. has had the most tremendous year any running back has ever had in professional football.
He certainly has that. He embraces Lou Saban, his coach, at the near sideline. There will be over 300 writers and broadcasters gathering around O.J. Simpson after the ball game, one of the largest contingents in the history of sport. Larry Watkins goes in to play the running back, and everybody might as well go home from here because the rest is anticlimactic. It's 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line of the New York Jets. The handoff goes to Braxton, trying to swing wide, cuts in off the tackle and drives down to about the 10-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 6 at the 10. O.J. has 2,001 yards. No man in football history has ever done that in one season. And as Larry Grantham so well put it, or put it so well, it's like having 2 1,000-yard runners on the same ball club. Like having Larry Zarka and Mercury Morris together, or Brockington and Lane together. Well, it's 2nd and 6 at the 10-yard line. Van Valkenburg is in as fullback now, replacing Braxton. Van Valkenburg is the up back. And Van Valkenburg carries, goes up the middle and drives for about 4 yards before he stops. It'll be third and about 3 at around the 7-8 yard line. The yard stripes are obliterated by the snow. We're guessing at we can see the yard sticks to the near side. It looks like 3rd and 3 at around the 7 yard line. Yes, that's what it is, 3rd and 3 at about the 7 yard line. Driving towards the open end of Shea Stadium. As you know, Larry Grantham has gone down to the New York Jets locker room. And now that he's gone, I can say all the nice things about him that I hate to say when he's sitting alongside. He's been great. I've learned so much football just sitting up here alongside of him. It's 3rd and 3 at the 7 yard line of the New York Jets. Buffalo Bills still driving. They're leading in the game 31-7. And the handoff goes to Van Valkenburg, and he's Watkins carrying, rather. Watkins goes up the middle. Well, 4th down and about a yard. 4th and 1. And here goes the field goal kicking team out in the field once again. Different unit going out there. John Leopold, Leypoldt, Leopold, ready to kick it. Team goes for the line of scrimmage, which is the 4 yard line. He'll kick it from 11 yards out. Angle it slightly to the right. Buffalo is now leading 31-7. There are 3 minutes and 22 seconds to go in the football game, and O.J. Simpson and the Buffalo Bills have had quite a day here at Shea. Ball to snap, placed down and kicked by Leopold, and it's through there. There's a timeout on the field. The score, the Buffalo Bills 34 and the New York Jets 7.
Football. Pepperality. Priceless in Plymouth for 74. Head Pepper, Route 9 in Latham sells Pepperality. If it's 74 new car time for you, don't knock yourself out running around. Pepperality means low 74 pepper price. High pepper trade-in plus low pepper down payment. Pepperality, we can tell you, we can show you. But until you buy, you can't try Pepperality. Head for the home of Pepperality. Head Pepper, Chrysler Plymouth, Route 9 Latham, Pepperality.
You can have a soulful laughter just by tuning in your radio to Weeb 14 every Saturday night at 9 and every Sunday night at 10, because Son of Soul has Simpson does his thing. Right here on Weeb 14. Remember, Son of Soul, Saturday night at 9 and Sunday night at 10. Right here on Weeb 14.
WABY, Sports Radio 14 Albany, home of the New York Jets.
Larry Grantham is down in the locker room now, the New York Jets locker room. This is Marty Glickman reporting. 3 minutes and 11 seconds to go in this football game here at Shea. Buffalo is leading 34-7. Magnificent day for O.J. Simpson and the Buffalo Bills. A low bounding kick by Leopold is picked up by Adamley at the 15. He runs up to the 20 to 25 along the near side, cuts back to the middle of the field, brings down in the clear with the ball, goes to the 40, the 42, and he's down at the 42-yard line. A fine run back by Mike Adamley. Another one of those fine, gutsy players who plays every minute of every ball game, and he's in. And here comes Joe Namath on the field once again for the final minutes of the final game of the season. And also the final game in the long and marvelously successful career of Weeb Ewbank. Weeb is retiring. He'll still be with the New York Jet organization, but no longer the coach on the field. After 20 years as head coach, after 46 years of coaching at all levels of the game. Double wing formation now, one deep back, Hank Bajorkland. Signals being called by Joe Namath. Namath takes it and drops straight back. He sets up the pass, being rushed hard, runs out of left, and he's down. It's down again by number 71 of the Buffalo Bills, that same Mike Kadish, rather than Walt Patelski, number 85. Mike Kadish, number 71, makes the tackle on the play and drops Namath back at the 33-yard line. A loss of 9 yards makes it 2nd and 19 at the 33. The Buffalo Bills have achieved all their marks, and O.J. Simpson all of his marks that they sought for, except one, and that is a playoff spot. And that will depend upon the outcome of other games being played throughout the country today. They still might get in. It's an outside chance for the Bills. 2nd and 19 at the 33-yard line. Double wing formation again for the Jets. Again, Bajorkland is the only back. He goes back to pass. Namath does throws angling out to the left side, and it is incomplete. Almost intercepted by Richard Lewis. Incomplete. David Knight was the intended receiver for the New York Jets. It's going to be 3rd and 19. The ball is at the 33-yard line. Looks like time was called on the field. Some idiotic fan has run out on the field, and a gendarme, a patrolman, has now collared this fan and is marching him off to the sideline. As a matter of fact, fans have moved out on the field at the near side. They're still in the stands at the far side. So those few remaining in the stands, as it's beginning to rain fairly heavily now, are a combination of weather we've had today. Rain, sleet, and snow. And if you're driving, please, we don't have to admonish you to drive carefully and slowly, but just a reminder, it's a tough day. It's 3rd and 19 at the 33-yard line. 2:55 to go in the ball game, and Joe Namath keeps throwing. He drops straight back to pass, setting up. Throws way down, deep downfield. Castor makes the catch. He's got a first down at the 45-yard line. Make it the 40-yard line of the Buffalo Bills. How about that on 3rd and 19? Namath fires long and deep, and Rich Castor makes the grab. Good for the first down at the 40-yard line of the Buffalo Bills. Ernie Kellerman made the tackle for the Buffalo Bills. Last gasp effort by Namath and Castor, and the Jets still keep possession on that football. 1st and 10 it is. Ball placed down just about the 40-yard line. The yard line is obliterated there, and we can't quite run them out from the near side because it's obliterated at the sideline as well. But it's 1st and 10 at about the 40. Again, the double wing formation. It's a slot right with a split left end and one deep back for Jordan. He carries with up the middle, no gain on the play, and he's thrown down. Makes it 2nd and 10 at the 40-yard line. We have the opportunity, too, to thank the men who have been so helpful to us during the course of this year's broadcasting. Our first with the New York Jets, the first, we hope, of many. And now we've reached the 2-minute mark in the ballgame. More about that in a moment. There's a timeout on the field. The score, the Buffalo Bills 34, the New York Jets 7.
You've always thought of Volkswagen as an economy car, right? Well, listen. The 74 Plymouth Duster is priced $87.15 below Volkswagen. That's right. Based on manufacturer's suggested retail price, excluding state and local taxes and destination charges, Duster is priced $87.15 lower than Volkswagen's Beetle. Now, that's what you call economy. And although the lower-priced Duster is small, it's a lot more car than Volkswagen. Duster seats 5 instead of 4 and offers 3 times the trunk space of Volkswagen. And Duster has a wider track and longer wheelbase for greater stability. But remember, Duster still offers all the things you buy a compact for. Easy parking and handling, good gas mileage on regular, and low upkeep. Plymouth Duster. It's more car than Volkswagen for less money. Volkswagen, think again. For economy, think Duster. See Duster or Plymouth's other great small cars.
This is Marty Glickman with Larry Grantham. Larry already down in the Jets locker room. Just 2 minutes ago in this football season, the Buffalo Bills are winning this football game now by a score of 34-7. The Jets are threatening, however. 2nd and 10 at the 40-yard line of the Buffalo Bills. If we can use the word threaten loosely here. As we started to say, we want to thank all the people who have been so helpful. Barbara Sheehan for her fine comments on the pregame shows. Jim McAleer, our producer of these broadcasts all season long. Executive producer, the fabulous Nat Ash. Our 2 spotters, Mal Kirpich and Len Weiss. The engineering staff at WOR. The Jet management, particularly Frank Ramos, head of publicity for the New York Jets, and his assistant, Jim Trecker. And mostly you Jet fans who've taken so kindly to a next giant broadcaster. I thank you.
WABY, Music Radio 14, Albany.
Of the Buffalo Bills, double wing formation. Joe Namath still calling signals right down to the wire. 2 minutes to go in the ball game. He drops back to pass, throws angling over the left side, and it's caught by David Knight outside, and he's trapped at the far sideline, just short of the first down. He picks up 9 yards down to about the 31-yard line of the Buffalo Bills, so it'll be 2nd and 1 at the 31. Make that 3rd and 1 at the 31 of the Buffalo Bills. The lights are turned on. They're shining brightly down on the field, which is partially covered with snow, only partially covered because between the hash marks it's fairly heavily muddied, as well as the skin portion of the baseball diamond. Now it's 3rd and 1 at the 31-yard line of the Buffalo Bills. Again, the double wing formation. Namath calling signals. It's a slot right, flanker to the left side, and 1 deep back. Namath takes it, drops straight back, throws a quick square out to the right side, caught by Barkum. He's got the first down. He dances and dodges, and then he's run out of bounds at about the 25-yard line. Good for the first down. The clock is stopped with 1 minute and 47 seconds to go in the game. First and 10 at the 25 of the Buffalo Bills. The Jets are trailing in the ball game 34-7. So the New York Jets are playing their 14th and final game of the year, their 20th overall. Their record is going to be 4 wins and 9 losses. 4 wins and 10 losses, 4 and 10. And it'll be 9 and 5 for the Buffalo Bills as the Bills are leading 34-7. Again, the double wing formation. And again, Namath stops straight back. Throws over the middle and is caught by David Knight. He's down immediately at about the 8-yard line. They place it down at about the 9-yard line, so it'll be first and goal to go at the 9. David Knight making that grab, cutting over the middle from the flank left end position. And he cut over the middle and made that catch. Good for another first down. And it's first and goal to go at the 9. And Joe Namath still keeps pitching. 1 minute and 16 seconds to go in this game. He's threatening the score for the Jets as the Jets trail 34-7. Namath under the center in the double wing once again. The Jorkman, the only deep back. Namath back to pass, being rushed hard and down. A blitz on the play. John Scolapan, the left linebacker, came smashing in. He's the rookie from Penn State and thrown for a loss. Back to the 15-yard line. Make that the 16-yard line, a 7-yard loss. Second and goal to go at the 16-yard line. And the clock is running, showing 58 seconds to go, and it's running. And it's also raining. Almost an eerie sight now. Very heavy gray sky overhead, brilliant lights ringing Shea Stadium. Rain coming down on a snow-covered field. And many of the fans are now ringing the playing field out of the stands and along the sidelines. Second and goal to go at the 16. Namath call signal, stop straight back. Looks downfield, throws angle on the left side. And it's caught by Rich Castor. Castor goes in for a touchdown. Touchdown. And Joe Namath, in what could be his last pass, as a Jet, judging by all those rumors, throws a touchdown pass to Rich Castor, and a lot of the fans go running out to help Castor to his feet or to try to grab that football. I'm not sure which. They're wrestling for the football now. And the New York Jets are trailing now 34-13. And nobody seems to mind on either ball club. The wrestling for the football. Now the police, the special police here at Shea Stadium, have separated the fans from the football. Barkum made the grab, Castor rather, made the grab in the end zone for the touchdown. Here's the point after 10 coming up right now. The score is 34-13. Signal's being called. Ball is snapped, placed down and booted, and is through there. And I don't think that the special police was able to get that football back. It was kicked into the stands, and it's gone. There's a timeout on the field. The score, Buffalo 34, the New York Jets 14.
This is Bob Badger, manager of your radio station. The energy crisis is with us for sure, and media of all types are urging all of us to conserve energy. As media, we have responsibility to not only talk about energy conservation, but to participate as best we can ourselves while still fulfilling our public service commitments. WABY has taken the following steps to conserve energy here at the station. WABY has discontinued broadcasting between 1 and 5:30 a.m., except on Friday and Sunday nights. The WABY mobile unit has been scheduled for fewer hours on area highways, searching out news. We feel we can be fully as effective utilizing the telephone. The WABY transmitter adequately covers capital land, utilizing only 1,000 watts of power. And we will keep at that level or less. Some of our competitors utilize 50 times more energy to provide basically the same service. And WABY has stepped up its program of converting from high energy consuming vacuum tube type equipment to low drain solid state equipment as supplied by our parent firm, the CCA Electronics Corporation. WABY can say with pride that we consume less energy by far than any other Albany radio station. Thank you for your interest.
The record is going to be 4-10. The final game for Weeb Ewbank. Bobby Halfield ready to kick off, and the Buffalo Bills expect an onside kick. They have 9 men just short of the restraining line, which is the 50-yard line, and 2 deep men around about the 20-yard line. The Jets are trailing 34-14. Here's the final kickoff of the year in all likelihood. Onside kick attempt it is, and it's caught by one of the big Buffalo Bill forwards, and he's held up right there. And now he's stopped. It's the big fullback, number 36, on the play. And it's, let's see. Van Valkenburg it is. Van Valkenburg, the big fullback. And the clock shows 22 seconds to go. Just time for one more play, and that's all that's necessary. It's 1st and 10. The ball is at the 48-yard line of the Buffalo Bills. And just to recap, in case you missed it, O.J. Simpson achieved all the marks he set out to do today, and so did the Buffalo Bills' rushing attack. The only thing that remains to be seen based upon the outcome of the ball games is whether or not Buffalo will be in the playoffs. 22 seconds to go in the game. A tight wing T formation. Joe Ferguson, the rookie quarterback, calling signals. Offside, no snap. Contact is made. The ball is still not snapped. Penalty markers fly all over the field. And a punch is thrown down there. Looks like Dave Foley, the ex-Jetter, threw one. But at any rate, they're separated and nothing serious comes of it. Let's see, the call is offside, called against the Buffalo Bills. Well, it'll be 1st and 15 at the 43-yard line. But it doesn't matter now. The score is 34-14. The clock still shows 22 seconds to go in the game. Larry Grantham will be in the locker room with the New York Jets to say so long to the Jet ball players. Hopefully we can get Weeb Ewbank on, but Weeb may be too filled with emotion to go on. He was before the ball game when Larry was down there. Too bad he's got to lose this one and have a losing season as well, but there's so much to be said for Mr. Weeb Ewbank. An outstanding individual as well as a great coach. Here's the play, and quarterback Ferguson just falls down with the ball, and the clock is running. There's no timeout called by anybody. It's down to 13 seconds, and the clock is running. And now the Jets and the Buffalo Bills are talking to each other, just standing around. And the seconds are being ticked off on the season. The crowd goes running on the field. 2 seconds, 1, and that is it. That's the end of the ball game. And the score, the Buffalo Bills 34, the New York Jets 14. Let's take a 2-minute jet break for this announcement.
Mr. Businessman, with the energy crisis at hand and prices rising on nearly everything, you've got to be extra careful with every dollar you spend. For the Christmas and winter season, you'll not find a better advertising vehicle than Weeb 14. WABY offers a target audience of spending adults in the immediate metro area. You won't waste your money reaching audience in areas that will seldomly produce business for you, especially now with the lower speed limits and cutback on gasoline. WABY has not had a rate increase since 1970. Yet today, Weeb 14 reaches the largest audience in its nearly 40-year history. Your newspaper has had yearly rate increases without increased circulation. Furthermore, WABY has had a 12-minute commercial limit per hour. So your message will not get lost in clutter often heard on the 50,000-watt giant. Get your advertising dollars worth with Weeb 14 by calling WABY Sales at 459-2111. Anytime from 9 to 5 with no obligation. WABY, your station for year-round sports, including the champion New York Knicks. That's the ball out of bounds. It's Knicks ball, and the Busher immediately calls timeout. The amazing New York Mets. It's over. The New York Mets have won the pennant. The New York Mets have won the pennant. The New York Mets have won the pennant, and this is a wild scene. And the New York Jets. The ball is snapped, placed down, is kicked up, and it is good. And the Jets go ahead, 9-7. Plus boxing specials, OTV race recreations, and the Keith Jackson Report. Make Weeb 14 your #1 station for sports. Weeb 14, WABY.
At Shea Stadium, this is Marty Glickman again. Larry Grantham down in the New York Jet locker room, as you know. The season has ended. The ball game is over. Buffalo has won the game 34-14. The Jets wind up with a disappointing record of 4-10. The Buffalo Bills, who were 1-13 2 years ago, wind up their record with a record of 9 wins and only 5 losses. 9-5 on the season, and they still have that outside shot for a playoff spot.